Hello and welcome to another episode of SDS. We're back for the Premier League Roundup. This is the regular show on SDS that we do every single week. Sometimes we do other videos as well in between. At the moment, we are currently doing a Who's the Smartest Person on SDS series, Football Edition. As it's going, we've had 2 episodes. And our recent semi-finalist, my bad, Ilyas is next to me. He is my vice captain for today. But congratulations for making the final.
Appreciate it a lot.
For the episode against all odds. Amazing moment, a miracle.
Yeah. That was really
kind
a set
of.
8 episode.
It was a set 8 for sure.
Terrible episode.
But today you are the vice captain. We have a lot to talk about. It's Premier League Roundup. It isn't any game shows. It isn't other stuff. It's Premier League Roundup. And as my fellow Arsenal fan, we are mourning at the moment. So we're going to speak about it
tough time right now.
Very soon. Yeah. Opposite me. First, usually I go this way, but I'm going to leave it till last because it's not a familiar face. We have this man who has a feature on every episode in October and already the first one in November.
Hi, man.
Yeah, no, nice. I can see in your eyes.
Nice, man. You're using me like Pedri, man. I feel like Pedri. See the Olympics, World Cup,
from the European
Championship, under 21s. Let me rest, man.
You need a break. Where are you going on holiday?
Rest, man, huh?
Are you going on holiday for like a little break?
There's no time. There's no time for breaks, man.
Spa season.
No time for breaks right now, man.
No time for breaks. So Liban's back again. This is the longest run you've been on ever, I think, on SDS in terms of consistent episodes.
This must be the longest run anyone.
Anyone's probably been on.
Probably, yeah.
Well, you know, you're on form.
You might be longer than Sharky's run.
maybe. I'm probably giving him a run for his money at this
Give me
point.
money.
100%.
Liban is here, and next to him is maybe a face you guys don't recognize. And his name is Rui. Rui is wearing a Sporting shirt, and Rui is actually a Sporting fan. He's a Manchester United fan, but he's also a Sporting fan. You're Portuguese. Sporting has been your club your whole life, right? That's been your Portuguese club.
Yep.
And then obviously you grew up in the UK, so Manchester United is your Premier League club.
Yep.
And you're Portuguese. So there's no one more perfect at this moment in time to speak to, especially about what's going on, everything at Man United, which we will get into in a bit because United have played this weekend. There's no one more perfect than you.
Yeah, perfect.
Because every Sporting fan is losing a manager, right? A great manager, one of the best managers they've had. And every United fan is gaining an unknown entity. But you are a special case. You're not losing a manager. You're just having your manager go from one club of yours to another club of yours. So we'll speak to Rui about everything Amram in a bit. But first, it is Premier League Roundup. We are going to start with United Chelsea. I know you guys want to hear about Arsenal and City and all of that stuff because they both didn't get the best results. But we'll start with United Chelsea. It was the big game of the weekend. It was Super Sunday, all of that stuff. Not so super actually, but it was the big game of the weekend. The most drawed game in history of the Premier League. Mm-hmm. So much so that I predicted a draw. I said before the game, I could show messages. I was like, this game's got a draw written all over it. And it did. It was a 1-1 draw. Ruud van Nistelrooy's first Premier League game at home at Old Trafford. Did we see a bit of like a new style from Ruud van Nistelrooy, something different from Ten Hag a little bit or not? Because it did feel a bit stale. The match felt stale.
It was stale. It was the battle of the midst, to be honest with you.
Such a boring game, isn't it?
That's how I felt. It was
last 20 was good.
It wasn't necessarily a boring game. It was just a bit of a messy game. I think that's the best way to describe it. I didn't feel like it was boring because there were things happening on the pitch, but I just felt like it was too messy. I just felt both teams had patches, especially in the first half. I felt like both teams had good chances. You had Rashford hitting the bar. You also had I think it was
half-time. You should have finished that chance.
Yeah, and then Chelsea also hit the post as well. So I never felt at any point in the game that any team had real control. I think it was kind of a 50-50 game. I know it was a 1-1 draw, but I just felt like that match could have gone either way. It could have been a Chelsea win. It could have been a United win. That's just how I felt. But I do feel like the draw was ultimately a fair result. Definitely. For both teams. What did you think of the game?
Yeah, I don't think Ruud changed anything.
Yeah.
Can't sit here after one game and say that.
No, of course not.
Changed anything.
Yeah.
Obviously, he done well against Leicester, 5 goals, but this game, I don't know. He kept the same team, same structure. Mm-hmm. So it's hard. I think the only difference I saw in the last 2 games is obviously a much higher line. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed that as well.
Yeah. For sure.
And Rashford seemed to be a bit more free as well.
Yeah.
But I can't judge it on 2 games. I don't think like Ruud has changed enough for me to say we should have waited. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I agree as well. I don't think he's changed too much. I think also, to be fair to him as well, he hasn't had enough time. Also, the squad's got hit by a lot of injuries. He doesn't have much options. So he is quite limited in terms of what he can do with the team. One thing I will definitely say is we did look a lot more organised. I don't know if that comes down to again.
I think so.
Yeah, I felt we were
Defensively as well.
I think we were a bit more, much more organised in comparison to the Spurs game and the Liverpool game when we played at home. I just
Much
felt
more
like
compact as
we
well.
were a lot more compact. I think defensively, yes, there were times where they did look a bit shaky, but I just felt like the whole structure of the whole team. I feel like there was definitely they just looked more organised.
Most of the, I don't know. I really question you for that.
Yeah.
I watched the game as well.
Yeah.
And to me, it felt like Chelsea had most of the momentum, especially in the first half. But I feel like Chelsea had most of the momentum pretty much throughout the whole game. You know,
I think United had the better chances, but Chelsea definitely were more like in possession, just better.
Yeah, they were much more in possession. You lot sat back more. That's why I think Caicedo won man of the match. He was dictating a lot of the game.
Yeah, it was a good goal as well.
Yeah, it was a good goal. But even Caicedo played well.
Yeah.
I think Lavia was. He's alright. He played okay.
I like
but he was still
Lavia,
good.
man.
I love Lavia.
Well,
man.
okay, we're gonna be swinging back and forth United, Chelsea. But because you brought it up, Enzo obviously now it's the third game in a row that he hasn't started in the league. He played midweek, but he can't get started in the league.
He's done.
That new partnership looks like it's the one going forward for Chelsea. Lavia and Caicedo.
I feel like speaking to Chelsea fans in the summer, it was always, what's the partnership going to be? Is it going to be Enzo and Lavia, or is it going to be Caicedo and Lavia? Because you got Lavia, who's a quality number 6 and can play a bit further up, and then you got Caicedo, who was bought for 125 mil. And already last season, a lot of Chelsea fans weren't really messing with Enzo. Like Enzo's not that good. He does. I've said it a lot on the podcast.
That's
he's
harsh, man. That's
I don't think he's that great. I don't think he's that great because
he's good at what he's good at, and like I don't think they're playing to the strengths. Like, I saw him at Benfica for that 6 months, and Argentina at the World Cup. Everyone saw it, but I think for this Chelsea team, they just expected him to be like a Frank Lampard, and he's not. He's kind of like a player who just sits, can pass, can control games, and they're not allowing him to do that. He's either been too deep, or they've asked him to be that box-to-box midfielder, which he isn't.
I feel like the controlling aspect, they've got 2 players better than him that can control the game, which is obviously Caicedo and Lavia. So I feel like he's already going to be slowly phased out, but it's going to be hard to phase someone out who costs 120 mil. So it's like you still have to kind of force him into the team. That's why I think he's getting a lot of these like 20-minute substitute appearances. And Lavia's never been the fittest. He's always injury prone. So that's why I feel like Lavia comes off quite early. But I feel like Chelsea had majority of the possession in the game. I feel like Colwill, Caicedo, Lavia got to do what they got to do. You lot sat back and tried to catch them on the counter. Where you lot did mess up a lot of that game was Højlund and Garnacho's decision making. I feel like if those two's decision making was better, it would have been, you lot would have got 2 or 3 goals, because I think there was that chance at the end where Casemiro fouled. I think it was Neto on the wing where he screamed at.
He screamed at Garnacho.
Where he should have just slipped in. Was it Rashford or Ahmad? I can't remember.
Mazraoui, I think.
Someone made the overlap. He should have slipped them in.
I think
Højlund as well.
Like, I've seen that go viral all over Twitter. But I think he was waiting for the right back to pull out, and he didn't. So then he kept the ball. So it was just a bit difficult.
I think the way you look at the game, at the end of the day, I think it was a poor game from both teams. I felt like anyway. I think Chelsea didn't really play like how they've been playing all season. I think for Man United,
Cole Palmer was non-existent.
Cole Palmer I think had a bit of a quiet game. He had little moments.
Similar to the Liverpool game. I feel like we spoke about that.
We nullified him quite well. Yeah, good one, man. Just
Fairs.
music.
Just like momentum, yeah.
Good.
I like you've been here before.
He heard the word Liverpool.
Yeah, he heard the word Liverpool when he got outside. There's only one Liverpool fan here, and we know who that is.
Well done, man.
But on Cole Palmer, I got a stat here. Versus Big Six so far
you got
this season.
stats? You want stats?
Come on, man. I'm a stat guy.
That's
I learned
the vice
from
captain. I like
I
that.
sat next to Fuad one time. I saw Bear writing and notes. I said, Fairs, let me get something there. Palmer versus Big Six so far this season. 0 goals and assists against City, Liverpool, and United.
Okay.
Well, he's playing another top 6 team,
and he's playing against Arsenal this Sunday.
So the corner didn't count as an assist.
No, it didn't count. It was, I think, got headed away by one of the
yeah,
guys.
because remember, it got
and then dropped to the edge of the box.
And then he volleyed it.
Okay.
So it's
But
not
0 GA.
I want to. Were you gonna carry on that?
No,
point,
just a point. Like obviously, I'm not gonna try read into that too much because I think last season he did score in big games. So
he scored a hat trick against you guys.
He scored a hat trick against us. He scored against City last season. He scored against
The only reason I read into it more is I said last season. I can't remember when it was. I said last season that this season that we're in now, because last season Chelsea were a fresh team. They didn't have much playing style, so it was like Cole Palmer or nothing. Teams were more playing against them where they could just beat them easily. Where we're gonna catch Chelsea on the counter. We can let Cole Palmer do whatever. It's whoever scores more in the game. Obviously, it's cliche. Whoever scores more in the game is gonna win that game. But now teams are sitting deeper or man marking Cole Palmer out of the game, especially with the way Enzo plays him. Enzo plays him a bit closer to Noni, where before he was way more central. He was like directly behind Nico Jackson. Where now this season where he's slightly out to the right, closer to Noni, they're now just like nullifying him on the right hand side because
Yeah.
Noni's
but who
they
was
don't have
really
any
picking
game
up Cole
change.
Palmer for us? No one.
No.
Mazraoui when he was tucking in a lot.
Yeah,
You had
true.
Casemiro.
at
Casemiro
times.
had a good
Yeah,
game
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, at
I feel
times,
like
yeah.
it's more of the defensive shape, like shuffling across
Yeah.
in terms of defending Cole Palmer. Because
Yeah.
with Nico Jackson, when he was playing directly behind him, not many teams really play with a proper defensive midfielder anymore.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like you can't pick up Cole Palmer. But now you guys have two proper defensive midfielders.
Mm-hmm.
If he was to go into that pocket behind Nico Jackson, you got two actual defensive midfielders like, who are defense first.
Yeah.
That would have just said, we know what to do with this.
Yeah.
But because he was slightly out to the right,
Yeah.
he had Lissandro and Mazraoui on him and Noni. And Noni's not
Yeah.
a game changer, game winner. Neto's not the game changer, game winner yet for them. So it's like, it's Cole Palmer or nothing at the moment.
Neto, I feel like had a really good game.
Yeah.
I wanted to on the other side, briefly got brought up. I wanted to speak a bit about Garnacho.
Yeah.
Terrible decision making.
Yeah, I mean he played the full 90. I feel like we're seeing, and I want to hear from United fans. But from outside looking in, yes, you said he's got superstar talent. He's got this mentality, which we do know that he's hungry to win. His desires is second to none. You can see he oozes a bit of that arrogance, the good arrogance, right? But currently, it looks like to me that he's getting too much bias where he's not performing to the level, or he's making decisions that are clearly wrong, and he's not getting punished for it as he should be. And I feel like this could be affecting his development. I don't know what you guys think, but even at this game, played 90 minutes. I don't know how he outlasted Rashford on the pitch. Rashford got subbed off when I think he's the one that should have came off. What do you think about how he's being managed, and if you think it's right?
For me, the main conversation to have is like, are Man United still an elite club? I don't think they are. Like, just Garnacho starting games just shows me that Man United are not an elite club. Like, he wouldn't start for any of the big six team. He wouldn't even start over João Felix, I think, for Chelsea's bench.
Well, this man next to you
So-
said he's a superstar.
Says you could potentially
But that
get
doesn't
moved to
necessarily-
Real Madrid.
Yeah, so and I never said. I said so. For me, he's got superstar
Potential.
Qualities.
Or qualities.
Yeah,
about
but he's
him.
20 years old though.
This is the thing, and that's where I feel like it's on the club to nurture him correctly and to basically
Well, they have
help
though.
him
They've
develop.
given him more than enough game time.
Not in
for
terms
him.
of now, but I think that the like you're kind of alluding to in terms of where this is him starting week in week out, even after having a poor run of games, shows you where Manchester United are today. Because Garnacho is a player where he's at a stage in his career right now where he should be more so
Deciding games. He
Deciding-
should be
yeah.
deciding games.
right?
If
should
he
be
is what
taking-
you think he's going to be,
He
he should be
deciding games. But then at the same time, he should also have a coach that can be like, you know what, you've had a poor run of games, or you played bad today, or you've had a couple bad games.
But he had that with Ten Hag, and then every time he went on the bench, it was a problem.
No,
Or every time
yeah.
like Rashford was put on the left and he was
Yeah.
put on the right, there was so many complaints that why can't we give Garnacho a run of games on the left?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That comes down to, I feel like, the quality of the club. Because if you look at the set of wingers and attackers that we have at club, it's poor. It's poor.
Yeah, it's
if you
poor. It's
compare it to
terrible. It's the
all
worst.
the other elite clubs, all the top European clubs in Europe, it's poor.
I don't know, but I don't
with-
think it's that bad. I
yeah.
mean, Rashford, Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandes, Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee, Amad Diallo, Anthony. I'm saying all these names
We're
are all
talking
your
about
attacking
wingers.
options.
We're talking about
Oh, just wingers. I
We're
think
talking
about
about
attackers.
wingers
There's a
now,
lot of
but-
attackers you
Yeah,
have.
we're talking
Wingers,
about
you're
wingers
dreadful.
specifically.
Dreadful
Wingers
wingers.
specifically.
Winger
I think-
department,
I
very
think
bad.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go into what Amorim is going to bring anyway. But
Yeah.
How'd you say his name? How'd you say his name?
Amorim.
I'm gonna-
Nice.
Amorim.
But trust me, wingers.
Lias
No,
didn't
but
say
no,
that.
no,
Yeah,
the thing is,
Lias didn't say that. We
I
might
was-
have got a new
No,
Lias.
but I was telling them yesterday. We were talking about this yesterday. For me, Garnacho, he's in a situation where, unfortunately, we as a club are in the mud.
Yeah.
And we have to rely on a 20-year-old to essentially, especially last season, there was
No,
a
but we
lot of times
shouldn't be
last season.
though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what I'm trying to say. We shouldn't be there. And unfortunately, it's at the point where we've now enabled Garnacho to be able to have a set of run of games and still know that he's going to start next game.
Yeah.
You know? And for me, that's where the issue is, I think. And that's where the Manchester United need to take responsibility.
The thing is, I wouldn't drop him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drop him. I just think his decision making is terrible.
I think I would drop him.
For who?
I would
Put
drop
Rashford
it.
back
I'll
on
put
the left.
Rashford back on 11, give Ahmad a run of games.
Yeah, now
because
that-
for me,
yeah.
it's like Garnacho, he's at an age where at the moment one thing I don't like is the over criticism, because people, especially like it's almost like people wait for him to go through patches like this for them to
Yeah,
just
to come
hound,
out, yeah,
to
yeah.
just hound him down. You have to remember, this guy's 20 years old, first of all. Yeah, he's been playing football now for 2.5 years, so he came onto the scene at Man United 17, 18. Some of the things he's done already at his age is phenomenal. Like, you have to give him credit to. Like, he's already had big moments in his
for
career.
sure.
But also, just because he's done so well doesn't mean that he shouldn't be allowed time to still develop. He's only 20.
100%.
And
Yeah, 100%.
as much as we should criticize him when he's not doing well, there should be a level of balance as well.
Yeah,
He's at an
100%.
age where he's 20.
Yeah.
Yes, for me, Garnacho has a lot of bad habits. Especially when it comes to his decision making, especially when it comes to his 1v1s. He's got a lot of habits that need to essentially be coached out of his game, and that comes down to the club, to the environment, and it's to the coach. That's their responsibility to essentially nurture him.
But you said needs to
in
be
the right
developed,
way.
but is him not? Is benching him or
Yes,
bringing him?
that's
That's
part
part
of
of development.
that is
That's
part of
what-
development.
That's the question I had. I feel like
that is
that's
part
not
of
been
development, because
that's not been happening.
sometimes you need to make players sort of give players break, one, especially when they're coming around a form, and also two, you need to kind of make them understand where their mistakes are. You need a coach to actually tell them this is where you are going wrong. And unfortunately, with Ten Hag, he was in a situation where his back was against the wall, and Garnacho was this sort of
Flair. He had flair.
not
Basically.
even
He
Flair.
thinks he's that much of a superstar.
Garnado.
Garnado. He's combined his name.
Ronaldo.
He's combined his
I
name.
hear it.
Garnacho, yeah, but
The way you look at him, I hear it.
No, but it's to be fair, the guy he behaves like Ronaldo, so it's like
Yeah, he
you know
forces
what I mean?
it as well.
In the suit, bro.
Yeah.
So no, what I'm saying is, last season, obviously Ten Hag, he was bailing out Ten Hag on so many occasions, where to the point where Ten Hag's kind of, I have to rely on, I have to play him, and this guy, he's my guy, you know. So I understand it but he needs somebody that, and hopefully that's Amram, that can come in and coach him out of his bad habits.
Yeah.
Because at the moment he's still 20. I still feel like that's an age where from like 18 to about 22, 23, I would say. That's the age where players are still malleable. You can still coach them out of their bad habits.
most
If you
definitely,
enable them to carry on with these bad habits, that's it. By the
For
time,
sure.
like you see with Rashford, like by the time they get to a certain age, all those
Can
bad
you coach
they stay with
decision-making
you.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's too late,
Coach
brother.
decision making. I don't think
You can't.
I think
you can't.
That's the point I was going to go
I
on.
think
Like,
you
I feel
can.
like I
You
feel like
can.
Garnacho's at the age now where the bad habits he's got, you have to kind of stick with them. I feel like you can't change it. The only way you change it is the change in system, which I think Amarim will do, bring a whole change of system, because you have different patterns of play and things like that.
I don't believe in that.
But I feel like with players Garnacho, because he's been put on such a high pedestal by Man United fans over the last season and a half, he probably looks online and he's like, I'm the guy. So it's like when he's making the decision on the pitch.
Can he read English?
You never know.
Of course.
But when he
It's
makes
been
a
at your
decision on the
academy for
pitch,
how
when he makes a decision on the pitch, but then people talk about online, he's probably thinking, "But you lot have been speaking about me like this in this high regard.
Yeah.
That decision I made on the pitch is not that bad." Do you get what I mean? And I feel like he's just hit. It's just a rough patch for him. Like I feel like Garnacho's got a good foundation to be a good player. I just feel like at the moment, he's too good to be on the bench, but not good enough to start for Man United. I feel like that's the situation. I feel like it's a tough situation.
I feel like he's at the point where he's his game, because I've seen his game just slightly change over the past year. I think he's become too goal and assist focused, like GA focused. Every time he gets the ball, his aim is, I need to put something up on the board. Yeah, whether that be a goal or a stick, and he tries to do that with every single play. Every moment the ball comes, he's like, I need to get something. Like it's like
shot away.
I need to get shot away, or I need to do something. I need to get a moment. And he never had that before. That's something that he's obviously developed over time, or in the sense of like you said, maybe the noise has got to his head. Maybe he in his head thinks he should be at a certain level, which is why he wants to rack up the numbers, which is fine. But my thing is more Garnacho is it's. You say that some things you have to stick with. I don't believe that. I think if you look at some of the best players, some of the best wingers over
I was going to say, I'm more on Liban's side in this discussion.
Yeah.
Of can you teach decision making? I'm more on his
You
side.
can. You can teach.
Go say what you.
I
I think
at a
I
certain stage of your career,
Yeah.
you can. I think Garnacho's still at that stage of his career where he can be.
But you're going to say the best players, right?
Whether they're the best players,
I'm
or
gonna
even decent players, you can develop wingers to improve on the decision making. You look at Raheem Sterling, for example. Okay, he might not be the crop of the crop, but he's still a player that's had a relatively
Look at the
good
manager he
career.
had.
This is the thing.
That's what I
and
was
that
saying.
manager-
I said
manager-
but
that manager
I did say
So he can
his
be
decision.
taught.
No, I did say players like him they won't come out of their habits. But I said with a manager like Amarim, in the change of system and the way he plays, like obviously we don't know, none of us knew much about Amarim. He knows the most about him.
of course.
Speak about it
When we've seen over the last few days and a week or so on social media how he plays, the style of play, his 3-4-3, his wingers are fullbacks and all this kind of stuff. His wing backs are wingers and all this kind of stuff. Then you can coach it out of him, because it looks like Amarim is the type of manager that will say to Garnacho, this is what I want you to do. I'm not going to compare him to Pep, but you know what Pep does with players. He goes there.
Don't come,
No, I'm not comparing him. I'm saying in terms of like he will go there and say, this is my style of play. It's either you're with it, you change your decision making, or you're out. I feel like that's what he'll do.
No, facts.
Away from Garnacho, another player I want to to quickly speak about from United side.
Yeah.
Bruno scored. Obviously, got the goal, got the penalty, had a couple chances, had that volley at the end. I thought he had a good game.
I thought he
had a really good game, and I was confused because I watch.
There's an agenda.
I watch everyone, right?
Yeah.
Including all the SS members, and I was watching Lias's stream.
Yeah.
And he uploaded an immediate reaction after the game, and he's going off at Bruno. Bruno again. Bruno's Bruno. No. And I'm like, did I watch the wrong game?
No, but I get where
I
Lias
thought he had a good performance.
There's times in games, he does it every game though. So like Lias should know where he just aimlessly gets the ball forward for no reason, just to hit and hope.
He'll probably lose the ball
someone's
most
up
on the
there.
team, but because he's trying.
He just goes, someone's up there and let's get up the pitch.
Okay.
I get what Lias, why a lot of United fans do. I don't like it. That's not my kind of number 10. I don't like a player, even midfielder, who just says, I've got a fast winger, I'm just going to hit it in the space. And half the time it's an under-hit pass or it's an over-hit pass. You know what I mean? I get where Lias is coming from in terms of that.
But to say that,
I feel like he had a good game.
Yeah,
I feel like
what do you think?
Obviously, I'm biased in it. So
obviously
Yeah,
Portuguese.
Portuguese was a sporting player.
Honestly, I think Bruno's in trouble when Amorim comes. I think he's in trouble. I think he's in trouble.
Because of the system or
the system, his style of play. I think he's going to be
the one that gets sacrificed.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a problem. Like, he can't keep the ball.
Yeah.
He can't keep the ball. And it's frustrating, and then he will do something out of nowhere where that ball to Rashford just before the half time.
And the flick to Xerxes.
It's just...
And Zux did this.
Yeah, he said. Was that to me?
And it's like...
Always, every time.
Every time he's like,
plays football like he's shy, apparently. He plays football like he's shy.
You know, it's like he's shocked he had that much space.
No, I think Xerxes just... He's still... You know, every time he comes on,
he can't believe it.
He's still like, I can't believe I'm
I
here.
played for United.
I can't believe I went from Bayern to Bologna to United.
I can't believe. How did I make it? Like, he can't fathom that he's at Manchester United.
I get it though. I get it.
I hear it though.
The other Dutch striker that we had.
Weghorst.
He said it, innit? Every time I come on, it's a dream.
It's a dream.
And Igalo as well.
It's hilarious. It's like you're looking around, you're like, oh my god,
I get it. The Old Trafford.
Bro, that's how much we've fallen. That players are just can't believe they're playing for us.
Xerxes is so funny. When he ran through and Fofana just said, come in, man. And he just came off the bench 7 seconds ago.
He was running rewind.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
He was running a rewind. I've never seen
It was
somebody
so
running
funny, man.
rewind.
It was like watching Bateson run.
Just to finish on Garnacho, just one small thing. Like, someone compared him to Obertan the other day, and I can't unsee it, man.
Xerxes.
Obertan.
Yeah, but Obertan was
He had just pace on the ball. And like,
I don't think Xerxes has pace.
Nah, but enough. Nah.
Zexy just got curly hair. He should stay in High School Musical, man.
Overton is crazy.
I don't know, man. I think there's more similar.
But can we talk about how good Casemiro has been the last few games? He's been quality for the last few games.
Since the Liverpool game.
He's been good.
He's been
unreal. I can't lie. The ball to Højlund was ridiculous.
Yeah, he scored midweek as well. Was
I know, obviously, his legs. He's gonna get beat and foul people and things like that. But I feel like his dictating of the game has been good. Tempo. The way he's controlling the midfield has been good, and like
that's because of the fact that we've allowed him to be a little bit more advanced than we usually have in the past. We've actually said to him, "Yo, bro," like someone made actually a good tweet, and it's actually.
I mean, you got Ogata next to him.
He's allowed to. So he's allowed to. He's got more license.
Even before they had Eriksen next to him, so you can go forward.
No, the tweet was but Casemiro is like one of those like it's on the clubs. You know, on clubs when all the attacking positions get taken up, so you're left with the defensive midfield position. That's what it feels like with Casemiro. He just plays.
He's got a striker build.
All the other attacking positions have been taken up, and
it's
true. I think Casemiro is at his best, and in this stage of his career, I think he's at his best when he's higher up the pitch, because his passing is still elite. I feel like he's dictating in terms of tempo is elite, and he's got a good eye for a pass, and he can hit a ball. He can strike a ball.
Definitely.
So
most definitely.
If you got Ogate now next to him, you're gonna start seeing the best of Casemiro essentially. But what were you saying to Bruno?
Yeah, I was on that Bruno point.
I think Bruno's in trouble, man.
Yeah,
like he won't fit the system the way Amorim plays.
Yeah,
and he's just the most frustrating guy. Like he's my favorite sporting player ever. Gyökeres might pass him at the end of this season, but Bruno for me, when you're surrounded by players that Man United have, like it's hard to produce as well. Like you see the difference. I don't know if you guys watch Portugal. Like he's a different type of class. He's a different type of player. Like he gets more goals, more assists, more like
a bit slower as well.
So much slower, and he has like time to think on the ball, and he's picking like easier passes. I think with United, every time he gets the ball, he's like, where am I putting it? Where am I?
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? And that's I don't know if that's gonna fit the style of play that the new manager wants.
So tell us a bit about Ruben, about Amorim.
So
let's bit about Amorim and
you're Portuguese now.
Oh, see, fala português.
Ruben
Amorim. See, tell us about him. Currently sporting on top of the league, 10 wins from 10, all of that amazing stuff.
First thing I want to do is, unlike Man United, I want to be respectable to the hosts.
Jeez.
I want to gift this
Hey.
Oh, what's
CR7.
this?
Sporting jersey.
Sporting
Wow.
To the studio.
CR7 collab.
Wow.
Oh, that's
These
amazing.
are
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Jeez. It's a real United fan. I
Yeah.
mean, Man United and Sporting have a deep connection.
Yeah,
Ronaldo
definitely,
being the main
most
one. You know,
definitely.
you got
Most
your current captain, and now your new manager.
Yeah, most definitely.
Tell
Like
us about
obviously, I'm a Sporting fan. I mainly became a Man United fan when Ronaldo moved over from Sporting.
Are you Sporting first?
I'm
Over Man-
Sporting
Okay,
anytime. Anytime Sporting are on, that's my team. Like well over Man United.
Sporting versus United, Sporting.
Sporting. I've gone Old Trafford twice
Yeah.
to watch Sporting.
Fair
United,
enough. Fairs.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
and obviously in the
United is
Sporting.
like your English club.
Yeah, they're my English team. So Sporting, for me, this has been hard for me. It's been hard for me, man. Like the first 3 days, I couldn't even sleep. Couldn't even sleep. Thinking, like it's like I've gone for a breakup. I think if my wife left me, I couldn't. Like I wouldn't even be dealing with it like this.
Wow.
Like I'm dead serious. Yeah, man. He changed my life, man. I don't want to go too much into like the story of Amory, but like a die-hard Benfica fan taking over Sporting at the time, like it's unheard of. Like culturally, that's all we talk about is when you go Portugal, it's football. So that straight away was a burden on him. And then the style of play, when he came in, we never thought we would play 5 at the back. Everyone always thought it was defensive. I think he'll fit in. I think if they back him, he'll do well. I think he'll need time. But like in this sport, you can't get much time.
I mean, we've seen from the contract that's been offered that it's not like
2+1, right?
Yeah, it's a 2+1. So even I thought that they're kind of trying to manage their risk a little bit.
Yeah.
But for a new manager in general, we've seen with multiple clubs, you need a bit of time to change the squad, to change a lot of this, like to get rid of players, to buy in players, etc. With the squad of players he has now, obviously he's coming in and he's taken over from the Ipswich game, so that's like end of November after the international break. He can't bring anyone just yet until maybe the January, until the summer. With what he has now, how well do you think he can make that work?
Yeah, obviously it's so funny. Like the situation that he came into Sporting is so similar to when he came into Man United now. So we, funny enough, paid 10 million for him as well at the time. We had players like Balassi, Hesse. I don't know if you remember Hesse Rodriguez.
From Real Madrid,
So he came in and he kind of told those two specific players that this is the way I'm going to play. And if you're not happy to play wing back, then you won't play for me. And he came in March. We were 6th at the time. And they said, no, I don't want to play wing back. That was straight away because he's a young manager. No one knows him. And these two players obviously have played in Premier League or played wherever, Spanish League. And they were like, no. He cut them out. He'll be very ruthless. Like, even though like his age, his experience, he's very ruthless. He'll cut players out that don't want to fit in that system. He won't change his system. I've seen a lot of videos saying that he will change to 4-3-3. But if the board wanted him, they know exactly how he plays. So if you know exactly how someone plays, you're going to go and expect him to play that way. So he'll play the 3 at the back. I think Maguire will be reborn under Amory in the middle.
Agree as well. Yeah.
He did that with
Coates.
Coates.
I knew you were going to say
Yeah, he did that with Coates.
'cause I
Coates
thinking-
was
A scrub. at
former Liverpool
yeah.
player, like completely finished. He couldn't play in the back 2. No pace. Balls in behind. Crazy. He completely reshaped him, yeah? Then what he does is so hard to explain, but the wing backs aren't wingers. They start off as wingers, and then they develop into wing backs.
Okay.
And it's so weird because like the wing backs we've had, when they go back into their wing position, they don't produce anything near to what they produce as a wing back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So when, for example, we have like some wonder kid right now, Kinder, in about a year or 2, you guys will hear about him, yeah? He came through the youth academy as a right winger. We paid him as a wing back this season. At 17, he's starting for Sporting, completely killing it. So he won't change it. So the only thing I can see is obviously, I think people like Ahmad will get more games as a wing back, I'll be honest. I don't see Bruno fitting in. I don't see Bruno fitting in.
Do you see it being like a Dallo and Ahmad
I can't see
in those positions?
Would Dalot play or Ahmad play in that wing back position?
the way he's played for the 3 seasons that he's managed Sporting, the right wing back has always had a left foot.
It's left-footed, yeah.
Okay.
So Jenny Katem, Kinder that we have right now. Pedro Porro was in his first season, the one that's up top now. That was the only time we had a right-footed wing back.
Okay.
And then on the left side, it's always kind of like a defensive-minded wing back.
Okay.
So for the difficult games, the high Champions League games, Europa League games, it's always a wing back that kind of just slots in for a 4.
Yeah.
But then when you're defending, the right wing back comes back, and then the 2 midfielders drop.
Yeah.
So I hear what people are saying, and I hear what the United fans are saying about it looks defensive, but trust me, it's not. Don't know if you saw that stat. Like Sporting is the 3rd highest team up the pitch.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
The highest line. I think the first line was
Shown
actually
on Sky
Benfica,
Sports.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the way we play, the balance in which we play, it's like it's more attackive.
Yeah.
You get an extra person on the attack, and the best team I can kind of describe it was, and it's not the Conte from Chelsea, it's the Liverpool team where Trent was slotting into the DM position, and it was kind of like a back three.
Yeah.
Klopp's
And
last
then-
season.
Robertson as a left
And then
centre
the
back.
wingers are just like off.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing I can kind of describe it to.
Yeah.
The rest is kind of like always a holding midfielder, but like more box to box,
Yeah.
which is Hulman that we have from Denmark. I don't know if you guys watched the
not too
Euros. Yeah, he's the one that scored outside the box against England.
Oh yeah,
Denmark.
yeah. Midfield. Yeah, I was at that
Quality.
game in Frankfurt actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Quality, absolutely. He'll be in the Premier League next season as well. And then the one next to him is always like the creative like midfielder. So the midfielder that can pass, can lay a pass, and that's why I think Bruno is in trouble.
Yeah. So you had Ugarte and Mateus Nunes, for example.
Yep.
Right. So you got Ugarte now.
Yep.
At United.
Yep.
So is that going to be something where you will see the Ugarte of of Sporting?
So I'm a Sporting fan, but I'm not clueless.
Yeah.
Like the Portuguese league is nowhere near
Sure.
the British league, and we'll get into some of your.
That's the
comments
same
as
for the
well.
manager. That's yeah. Oh, he had a lot to say about your league last year.
Never produced any good players. Portuguese
No,
league.
strikers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not the players, of course.
It's
We
shaky.
had Bruno. We got Bruno.
No. You
It's
said
Play-
apart from
I'm
Portuguese
talking
players.
about strikers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shaky when the strikers leave that league.
And no good Portuguese managers.
That's
as well,
dosed.
he said. Apart from Jose.
Apart from Jose, yeah, really.
So Amorim.
Amorim. Don't worry, he's the next one up, man. He's the protege. You never seen that picture of
But
him?
AVB was the protege.
Have you not seen that? No.
I thought
This
AVB was the
story,
protege.
this is Netflix. This is Netflix. We're watching Netflix in front of us right now. The protege that started as an intern at Manchester United is now the manager, and he has to now take the manager.
It sounds great. I want to see.
This is a movie straight out of Hollywood, man. The intern starts at a club, goes away, gets thrown into the mountains, does his
There's madness
badges,
there.
let's go over there, makes noise, comes back to that club, finds the club in a mess, and now he has to save them.
You sold it.
What a story.
That's Oscar nomination right
That's
there.
the Oscar nomination.
We need some. Who's leading? Who's the lead?
Ahmad.
Ahmad's the lead.
Ahmad Diallo. I'm playing Ahmad.
He's in the movie, bro. Oh, you're Lenny Euro.
Lenny Euro, that's it. Lenny Euro, yeah.
It's between you and AJ. It's quite tight. It's between you and AJ.
It is.
That's interesting what you said as well. But like you said, you know, the Portuguese league, of course, is a different level. It's not even regarded in the top 5 leagues in Europe. But that's the same for Amorim as well. Like, he's obviously done really well.
Leagues, though, but that's for another day.
Yeah, that's for another discussion. I think so too. I think, mate. But it's the same for
It's France.
it's same for
Definitely,
it's same for
100%.
the manager though. He's obviously done amazing things.
Yeah.
He's done great things, but now he's coming to Manchester United.
Yeah.
You're saying he's very strict. He's very like, this is my decision. You got to stick by it.
definitely,
But when you come to a media circus like Manchester United,
Yeah.
a PR, the biggest PR club, all eyes are going to be on United.
Definitely.
Everything is good. Even his game this week against Man City in the Champions League, all
Yeah,
United
right.
fans are going to watch that.
Script writers.
Everything.
Did you see the press conference today?
Yeah, well,
say?
the
Oh,
English part.
The English part.
They're already trying to get.
Oh, they're already just trying to.
It's been like that for the last two.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They're
So
already
that's
trying
that's
them,
all
yeah.
of that stuff is gonna be interesting to see how he deals with that, and it is interesting. I do want to speak about it a lot more, but
Can I ask one more
Go
question?
for it.
One last one.
go ahead.
What do you think of? Because we always talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see about Marcus Rashford. What do you
Yeah.
think Marcus Rashford's future looks like under Amorim?
Yeah, so basically what happens is the 3 up top, you always have that stick striker. So that's,
Yeah.
I think, obviously going to be Højlund for now. Rashford would be probably on that right or left. He will
Okay.
be, because we still play a winger. We
Yeah.
still play wingers. They're just more inside forwards.
Yeah, okay.
And
And
then-
do you think that will? Do you expect Rashford's game to get better under Amorim? Do you think we can see a better version of?
If
what
it's
we've seen so far?
exactly of the play I'm thinking at Sporting, like, which is Pedro Gonçalves,
Yeah.
he'll have this free role, more space, so he'll have more potential to shoot, be involved in more attacks. So I think he should thrive, man. I honestly think in a year and a half's time, or maybe 2 years, if he's still in the job, most of the players we see at United now
Won't be there.
Won't
Okay.
be there.
And
And
That's-
I
that's
think
fair.
we saw it with
That is fair. Yeah.
Arteta.
Yeah,
of
course,
course.
of
Yeah.
course.
It takes time. Like, we saw it with Klopp when he came in, like Stuart
Yeah.
Downing and players were still
course.
there.
The scriptwriter's got something
yeah.
mean cooking up this week, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
If Sporting beat Man City
Oh.
in the Champions League,
He said something like that.
and you lot have a
yesterday.
crazy record in Champions League right now,
yeah,
isn't it?
we do.
Like a good record.
7
yeah.
points out of 9.
Yeah.
And I think
really.
that's what I want to make clear is like this guy stopped Benfica and Porto from winning the league. Yeah, Sporting hadn't won the league for 20 years. Yeah, we won it during COVID time, and then we won it again last season. Like to stop that in Portugal is incredible achievement. Trust me when I tell you.
No, I can
like
imagine.
the last 20 years have been absolute pain for Sporting fans. So for this guy to come in, completely change the whole narrative of the league, to leave us top of the league when there's a Benfica Porto next week, he basically setting us up to win 2 titles in a row, which we haven't done for 73 years. So that just shows you the level in which he put Sporting at, where I can come into any room now with any Portuguese person and basically say, yo, I'm sitting with you at the table. Before it was, we win 1 cup here and there, League Cup here and there. We're in the battle, but then by Christmas, we're out of it. This guy restored like
respect.
glory days
Yeah.
Faith.
to
Well, faith.
my
what's-
club,
yeah.
all whilst supporting Benfica.
It's sad that
Madness.
he just left now as well.
While he played for Benfica.
Yeah.
Playing
So
with Cristiano Ronaldo.
What's the
Two World
madness?
Cups, yeah.
What's the general consensus of Sporting fans of him leaving you? Is it a
It's-
nice
it's-
feelings? Everyone,
No, everyone's devastated, man.
yeah.
You guys are not understanding.
Yeah,
I
I'm not-
didn't sleep for 3 days.
But do you
Not
know-
joking.
Do you know what I like about him?
Yeah.
He's doing it in like a respectful way. He
Yeah.
even came out in the
I
press and
think-
said, I tried to leave end of the season. They said, no, they want me now. All this kind of stuff. Like, he's giving you guys like
Yeah, but
closure.
last season he had
It's
a
like-
lot of discussions with West Ham.
No,
and
he
Liverpool
was he was twerking for West Ham. He,
Yeah.
he
that
wanted
needs to
Liverpool.
be made clear.
Like, yeah.
He rejected West Ham. That needs to be made clear.
Oh, did he reject West,
West
Ham?
Ham paid for his release clause, and he said no.
Okay,
There's-
fair.
there's this-
Wasn't it a power thing that he
No,
wanted a
so
bit more
he,
power?
basically, in short, I'll try to summarize it quickly. We were top of the league. We were going to win the league. He
Yeah.
thought we'd already won the league by that time. Yeah?
Yeah.
He took a flight out to go do this job interview with West Ham, hoping that Liverpool would come and bite the bait. That was literally the plan. That was the plan. West Ham had paid his release clause. Like it's all coming out now.
Yeah.
So
Okay, Fez. Yeah.
I don't think that would have been the perfect club for him anyway.
No way.
I don't
No
think
way.
that would have been the perfect club.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Quickly, let's briefly speak about Chelsea. I know Chelsea
Yeah,
fans want to hear about their club. They're currently in 4th place. Listen, they're doing well, above most expectations.
Yeah.
You know, Enzo Maresca looks like he's changing, turning the club around. You see, all the last couple of years they've been struggling a lot. 12th place a couple of years ago, last season. How many managers they've had? Lampard, Pochettino. But listen, they're doing well. Enzo Maresca looks like he's got his team that he likes. Caicedo, we spoke of Caicedo and Lavia, but Reece James is back. He's playing left back this game. I
Yeah.
feel like he did all right, but I feel like he got dispossessed a lot. He got
Yeah, out of
caught-
position.
got
I was
caught a
confused
lot.
to why Cucurella didn't start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. The way he set up this game, Gusto was kind of playing like an extra forward this game, you know.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Chelsea? How they're doing so far this season? How do you think they're going to end up later on the season? Liban, his hair's going to go green potentially.
Yeah,
I'm
looking at
I
everyone
hope it
likely.
doesn't go green. Now with Amorim coming in, I would rather Faisal go bold.
I'm still confident. There's a lot of points to play for. There's a lot to happen this season. So
I feel like Chelsea have been, they've been good
don't
this
write me
season.
off just yet, man.
Chelsea have
All
been good
right.
this season. I like the way Enzo's set up for them. I like how, even though Colwell's not the best defender, I like the way he's like the heart of that back four.
Yeah.
Like in terms of bringing the ball forward. Caicedo's obviously he's never gonna really show his value for money,
Yeah.
but he's showing that
He's playing really well,
he's
man.
playing
This
really well.
season's
He's been
really-
probably
definitely.
arguably their best player this
He
season.
has been.
He would like Caicedo's really good. They finally got Lavia back, even though he still looks like he's at like a minutes restriction. He's really good. Pedro Neto finally is getting into
Starting
form.
now.
Starting.
Yeah.
Nico Jackson.
And he looks like the most, for me, their most brightest.
Yeah.
Exciting player.
Yeah,
most
yeah.
exciting, most
For
brightest.
me, it was
attacker.
Noni until about 2 games ago.
Yeah.
Noni was their brightest, I would say, attacker.
Yeah.
In terms of beating his man and getting crosses into the box.
Yeah.
But I feel like Enzo's set up something really good. And what I like about Enzo is, as ruthless as he is, he's telling everyone the top 4 is not the aim this season.
Yeah.
It's just start building. Same way Arsenal was building. Same way City built when they first got the Abu Dhabi money.
Yeah.
Like just
but
start.
they need that
start
top
the
4 though.
foundations. Yeah, they
Yeah,
really,
they
they
have to.
desperately need it with the money they've
Yeah,
spent.
yeah.
But he's also setting the bar. Like he's not setting a bar for the Chelsea fans, because a lot of Chelsea fans are like, "Oh, we spent all this money. We should be arguably."
You're trying to downplay it. of
Yeah,
course.
and I like that, because
Yeah.
it's like now when the end of the season comes and they just about scrape top 4,
Yeah.
just miss out. It's like, hey, I
How
told
many
you. lot.
seasons since they've been in the Champions League? Like a few, no?
2-3 now.
Yeah,
They need
do.
it. They're
They
the
need it.
champ-
They need it.
Chelsea
No,
are
but
Champions League
the
club.
thing is, it goes back to that whole thing about progression, and you can see that they're building something. So
Yeah.
I don't think that in terms of where they finish this season will make any difference, because from comparison to last season, this season they have improved. A lot of the players' levels have improved, especially defensively. Colwell, the Fofanas,
They've got a lot of stopgap players though. Like Sanchez, terrible.
Sanchez is
Terrible. And I found out this weekend he's half Jamaican as well, which
Yeah,
killed me.
Jamaican.
Which
Did
made
you
me
find
laugh.
out?
I just found out he's half Jamaican.
No, I didn't know that.
Do you know how funny that is?
Found out now.
Half Jamaican, half Spanish.
Oh.
And he's in the London Premier League. I know he's
They
there.
met a car.
He's terrible. Then they've got like 7 other goalkeepers. Fofana's not the guy that he was. They've Leicester fleeced
They had
them.
a massive injury though.
Did have a massive injury, but for me, centre backs with knock knees.
Yeah, the thing
I
is,
don't really wanna
he's
see that,
still
man.
play- I
Got
think he's
one
still.
SDS.
I think he's still. Yeah.
Centre back as well.
Nah,
Yeah, it's true.
I still feel like he's playing well for fun. I think they're managing him very well because I think they have like a 1 game policy with him where he's
Yeah,
only
yeah,
allowed
yeah.
to play one, and I think that's helping him.
But you don't want that for your 70 mil
of course,
protege centre back who was playing with Saliba and like,
But
you
they
know
got
what I mean?
options. They got options.
They've got
Tosin,
some options.
That's
they
the
got
thing.
you know what I mean?
By the
Sassi,
shield,
yeah.
by the shield. So they do.
But they have a lot of
options,
stopgap players. I feel like a lot of these players, like Sanchez, they're short term.
Yeah.
Fofana, I don't see him there long term, even though they spend a lot of money. I feel like they will get a better centre back.
I don't think so.
I feel like they'll go.
I think he really
I
likes
feel like
him,
they'll
you
go
know.
to Portugal and get a good centre back. They'll go to France and get another good centre back. Do you know what I mean? Then you've got the midfield, the wingers. I think Noni's stopgap winger for them now. I think as much as Nico Jackson have a good season this year, I feel like if Osimhen was to come available, they go and get Osimhen. There's a lot of stopgap players in their team, and you can see how Enzo wants to play, and a lot of the players aren't like fulfilling those roles that he really
That's
wants.
what I'm saying. You can't keep wasting money and
Chelsea
not
got
making
too
a
much
top
money,
4.
man. They got too much
They have a
money.
lot of
They'll
money,
just keep
and
spending it, man.
they're doing well. They're doing better than we expected.
finessing
They're
the system.
sitting, they're sitting 4th right now.
Yeah, they're doing well. They're having a good
above
season.
Arsenal.
Sneakily good season.
They're sat above us in the league.
Yeah, but this
which
Sunday
we'll
is gonna
speak-
change.
Which we're going to speak about now. Actually, that's going to be a big game now on Sunday because Stamford Bridge, Chelsea vs Arsenal, both joint points. Chelsea sit above
Are you going?
Arsenal on goal difference. I will be there.
I'm trying to go as well.
Stamford Bridge, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
there last
nice,
season as
nice.
well. I usually go to I try to go to the London away games as much as I can. But yeah, let's move on to Arsenal. The 12:30 Saturday game, the lunchtime kickoff on a Saturday. Never an easy time to have a lunchtime away game as well. An away
St.
game
James Park.
Saturday 12:30 at St James's Park. When I saw it, when I knew that was happening, I already was nervous. I said, I even thought in my head we'd be lucky to get a draw. A 12:30 game on a Saturday away at the furthest possible stadium you can go to, and it's St James's Park, and the pitch is a slope, and the stadium fans are like right there, Rosette,
Yeah.
top
And they're
up
all
with the
giants
birds,
as
all
well.
up with the
Dan
birds.
Burns,
You're
Joe
looking in
Linton.
front of it. I say every season, you're on the pitch. Imagine you're on the pitch, crusting your eyes. It's 12:30. You had to have pasta at 9 a.m. to get the carbs in. You're on the pitch now. The pitch is like a slope. Your fans can't even hear them because they're so far away.
What do you mean it's like a slope? It goes
So
down.
it's actually a slope.
goes
Yeah,
down,
it's
down.
a bit. Yeah, it's a bit like so. You're,
it's not straight.
you're running uphill a little bit in one half and running down the other half.
I don't know how
Yeah.
that's allowed. I
Uh,
feel like
yeah.
I
You know what I mean?
I
And
might
then you're on
snitch.
and then you're on the pitch and then
Did you played on it?
Yeah, I've played.
So you actually felt
so
that?
there's generally a bit of
Yeah.
a slope, and then you're on the pitch, and then the white and black stripes are making you dizzy. It's like hypnotizing.
Yeah, first.
And then they're all 6'7", all the players, aggressive. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, but also there's no excuse to play how we played, Ilias, is there?
No, that was.
There is no excuse to play how we played.
Hey.
I think that was the worst performance of 2024.
Hey.
That was a terrible performance.
What did I say?
What did you see? What did you see that was so terrible?
That was a terrible performance. There was no creativity.
Hey.
Can you let us speak?
Can I just say one thing?
Go on.
I tried to warn you like a week or two.
What
Was
did
it
you
a
want
couple
us?
weeks?
What do you want us?
You're not in a title race anymore.
Okay, then let us speak.
Bro, it's
in the top
November.
four
We're still
race.
there.
You're
We're
in the
still
top
there.
four
We're still
race.
there. Don't worry,
Because
Man
if we're in
City
a
lost,
title
we're
race,
still
Aston Villa's in the title race, Chelsea in that
there.
title
Aston Villa's
race.
in the title race.
Everyone's in that title race. Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
are in
not
that
the Forest.
title
They're
race.
title race. Not the
Sarah
Forest.
Brava,
is
Sarah
title race.
Brava, see a show, Kara.
But there was a lot wrong that game. Don't like the smile on your face, Liban.
Ah.
I'm not gonna look at you for this segment. But no, there was a lot wrong that game. I
No
think
creativity is the first thing you said.
zero creativity. I really hate Havertz playing as the right number 8 next to Saka. I think it's the
What
worst.
was his role yesterday?
It's probably the worst role I've ever seen a footballer play in my life. Him playing on that right hand side
Yeah,
next
on
to
the
Saka,
wing.
the Odegaard role basically.
But
But he's-
because if Thomas Partey is starting a right back, Saka doesn't have support on that right side, right? If it's Ben White, he's got support up that right side. Saka doesn't have support on the right side. Havertz is basically
Fake
our
support.
next most creative player on the team, on the pitch after
It should be
Saka,
Trossard
right?
in that role, yeah.
So he's playing deep in the Trossard, which is playing more or less in the 9. So Havertz is helping Saka out on that right half space where Saka, if he wants to cut in, Havertz will overlap him. If Saka wants to, Havertz will underlap him. Havertz will occupy that space in case and join the midfield, strengthen that midfield with the Mikel Merino and Declan Rice. Partey might come in, but Havertz is playing everywhere because he's an engine. You know, he works hard, he fights, he gets himself about.
That
sounds all of that because Partey's playing right back.
That sounds good.
No, it doesn't sound good.
It's not working.
It doesn't sound
it's
good.
not working. I'm
Havertz is
saying the way he's
terrible
been
there.
playing, it's not working.
No, but I'm saying the idea
'Cause we're missing that presence
I'm
now.
saying the
The-
idea that he had
Yeah.
sounds good. Like,
I'll tell you
good.
what,
I understand what he's
It's
trying
because
to
we're
do.
missing the Odegaard.
Our biggest miss,
millionaire.
our two biggest misses in the starting 11, and it's mad to say now, without Odegaard, I feel like, our biggest miss now is Odegaard.
Mhm.
He's a bigger miss than
of
Saka is
course.
when he's out.
100%, yeah.
Because there's no dynamic football without Odegaard. Saka will still get his GA off the right wing. He'll still beat his man across the ball, even though he didn't beat Lewis Hall once that game and didn't complete like a through ball or something like that. It's Odegaard's our biggest player we're missing. And a lot of people don't see it, but I see it a lot, is Ben White's another big one. I think Ben White not being in that back four, he's been unfit most of the season. His overlaps for Saka and his availability is messing up Partey playing in centre midfield. And when Partey doesn't play centre midfield, Declan Rice is not good as the deepest midfielder. He's not good at turning and picking out the line breaking passes to whoever's playing there. It doesn't matter if it's Havertz, Saka, Trossard, whoever it could be. He's not making those passes. There was a time in the game, I think the last 5 minutes of the first half, Partey said, I'm going into midfield, just move. Declan Rice, just go.
Yeah, he had your two
And
best chances,
He
right?
dictated everything from there. He played the ball through to Trossard. He played it behind the line to Havertz. Havertz messed up Bambi feet like usual. But Ben White not being there is our biggest miss. Timber playing left back is a big miss because Timber's plays better, obviously, on the right-hand side. But for me, Ben White is the better right back for Arsenal in the way we play than Timber is. But for me, the Havertz thing was the biggest thing that game. Lacked creativity. Didn't give offer any support to Saka. Martinelli, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I might be back on the Martinelli wave, but now it's like, Livermento just said to him, you're in jail today. Yeah. Lewis Hall and Livermento that game, they had the best games that they could have had. Against Saka.
That fullback pairing, I love that fullback.
Amazing. Both
So
21, however old they are.
boys, yeah.
Chelsea boys. Lewis Hall, Chelsea shouldn't have got rid of him. Livermento left on an injury. Two great fullbacks to have, both young as well. They locked up those two wingers. Then you've got the midfield. It's just a
They
dogfight.
won that midfield battle.
It's just a dogfight in there.
100%.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Trossard is not winning there. Havertz lost every battle I saw him have. Declan Rice was losing his battles. Marino thought, I'm going to cash in my goal against my former club check. Didn't work. Like
Almost did. Lewis Hall blocked off the line.
Yeah, I know, but he thought he had it that game, but he didn't have it. But so much went wrong that game. But for me, I feel like this is not the turning point in our season. It's not we've lost the league. It's not we're out of the title race. Nothing like that, bro. It's our annual 3-game winless run that we usually have.
Wait, let me finish.
Out
The last 9.
It's our 3-game annual winless run, which of course we always have, and I hate it. But it's 10 games into the season. Man City dropped points. I watched the Liverpool game. They were shaky in the first half. There was a lot wrong. That day of football, you could see a lot. I saw a lot that day of football that made me realise that we're not out of the title race.
It's a coping mechanism that you just didn't right
No,
now.
it's not coping mechanism. It's not.
Coping.
It's not. How many of those did you watch? Any of the 3 p.m. kickoffs?
No,
Did you watch the 3 p.m.
I
kickoffs?
watched the Man City Bournemouth.
And what did you see from Man City that game?
They were poor. And we'll come to Man City later
Yeah,
on.
no, so
I will
I'm
speak
saying it's
about
not
that.
coping mechanism if it's in my eyes.
No, but I'm saying to you, for Arsenal, let's forget about what other teams are doing for a second. Let's focus
For sure, we'll
on
talk about Arsenal.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
focus
yeah.
on Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah.
We'll talk about
Arsenal.
Newcastle. Give them praise as well in a sec.
Yes, it's easy to analyze the game on a surface level and say what went wrong in the game, but I think there's deeper issues at Arsenal. I feel like personally, one, yes, the creativity without Odegaard is the biggest one. That's so clear and obvious that the team lacks any sort of creativity, any sort of, I don't know how to say it, like Arsenal not playing with that same. You're not playing.
There's no
with
spark anymore.
Not even just spark. You are not playing with that same level of dominance high up the pitch in that final third like you did a year and a half ago, or even last year, last season even. You're not dominating anymore. You're not even getting on the front foot as dominant as you were last year, and that's for me where is your biggest issue. The fact that it's just because of one man not being your team. And Ben White, yeah. In terms
I'll say it's 3 man.
I'm saying in terms of because since Odegaard's left your team, this has been the biggest problem. The biggest problem that Arsenal have had is the fact that you have lost that dominance that you had in the final. It was what made Arteta's team Arteta. You know what I mean? So, and I think him not being able to address that, one in the market, but also 2 in terms of you have a young kid, and yes, I don't want to make it the Ethan and Mary show, but I'm saying you have a kid that's probably your most creative outlet. Sometimes you just have to use that that person. If you have a 25 man, you need to use the most creative player in your squad in that moment in time. Unfortunately, he's at 18, 19, whatever age he's at, 17. You got to play him.
We tried it, didn't work.
Well,
Came off the bench.
No,
he came on.
The game you're chasing.
He got half an hour.
But the thing is, it's different. You play football. You know,
I'll tell
it's
you
different when you start a game fresh, 0-0, and from the get go, and when you're then being asked to come on and now do something. It's different. It's two different types of pressure, I would say, essentially. You saw midweek what he can do in terms of when he's given that opportunity. And I felt like
it did
that
really
was
well. But that was Preston.
And then the previous game was another
perfect platform.
Bolton,
That's the perfect platform for them to then go into the weekend and be like, you know what? I'm now gonna hand you. I'm gonna now hand you the keys. Yeah, exactly. With the confidence, I'm gonna hand you keys. This is your game. Do something. Rather, you said, okay, you went with the same sort of team that you went with last week.
I'm not against that decision for him not starting one area for this one. Newcastle.
I'm happy to start against
Newcastle. We're talking about Newcastle away. We're talking about the amount of presence they have in that team.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the game to start one area. I'm part of that group that one area should definitely start playing games now. I'm part of that group. Okay. Right. I don't think this is the one he should have started, and I'm happy he came on the 60th minute rather than the 80th minute.
But you act like a Newcastle haven't dropped points at home this season.
I know, but
there was 4 times.
But it's Brighton beat them. It's fine. All that stuff. But regardless whether they've drop points at home or not, if they've been informed, there's certain games it's different. They're gonna, of course, turn it up a lot more against Arsenal. And also they needed to fix their form.
12:30.
They're having a bad game. They're having a bad form. All of that stuff. Bruno G,
Joelinton,
Joe Willock, Longstaff
had a great game.
All these,
even Joe Willock for me, his work rate was unbelievable.
Bro, he's an engine. He's a horse. He is that kind of player.
Yeah.
The problem isn't, I think, whether because one area didn't start, so I don't want to go into one area.
Saying that's the
problem. Like I said, I'm of the belief that one area should be playing more minutes, all of that stuff. But the problem, I don't think the problem here is that one area didn't start. I think the problem is, and you mentioned it, I think is the way we're playing these days and the way we're setting up. I feel like isn't right. I feel like Arteta maybe is doing. We've had injury suspensions and everything, right? We've had all of that stuff. Odegaard missing, Saka's missing a little bit and just nursing injuries. Saliba missed the game and. We've got Timbers in and out, and Ben White's not fully fit. Yeah, he's on the bench, but he's not fully fit. But I feel like Arteta right now isn't playing with confidence, isn't managing our team with confidence because we haven't got that creativity. I don't like the midfield of Rice, Marino, and then Partey playing in the right back. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. And I don't think that sets us up in the best way at all.
But we have to play like that.
But we have,
annoying.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
You do, because Partey, we don't have a right back.
No, but
we have
Partey's
the only player that can play fullback.
Tomiyasu, Timber, White are three right backs are out. Calafiori plays on the left. He's out.
And then you also have Zinchenko on the bench.
He just came back. He came on. Exactly. He just came back. It's the first minutes he got in the Premier League this season. So we don't. It's just what he's been dealt right now. I also think at the moment this doesn't change the fact that we shouldn't have lost this game or we should have done better. I also think it's something completely separate, and you can say I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I think our fixtures have been insanely tough, more so than anyone else in the league, and more so than I've ever seen in my life before than this. Right? So let's say, okay, let's extend it to this month, right? So our next 2 games are Chelsea and Forest. So let's say our first 12 games. We've had 10 so far. Let's extend it to 12.
Okay.
Our first 12 games this season, right? 10 of them were against every single team in the top 10 right now.
Okay.
6 of them away from home.
Okay.
We have by far had the toughest fixtures. You could look at City's fixtures, you could look at Liverpool's fixtures, you could look at Chelsea's fixtures.
What about Wolves?
United. Wolves are bottom of the league. Every team is every game is a tough fixture for Wolves.
Why
no.
It's okay. It's Wolves can have that, but we can't have that.
Every game is tough for Wolves. Every game is tough for Wolves. It's Wolves. They're not Arsenal. Every game is tough for them. You look at
fixtures, bro. You're gonna have to play everyone at some point.
No. But what I'm saying is our fixtures at the moment, 6 away games against the top 10 teams in our first 12 games is insane. I think already. On top of that. Obviously, we've been dealing with injuries, we've been dealing with suspensions, and I feel like we're not doing as bad as everyone's saying we're doing. That's what I'm saying. At the moment,
I think you are. I completely disagree with that because I think you're looking.
We're not in a. I'm saying to have all of this and to be in the position we are, it's not panic stations. It shouldn't be. I'm saying yes. We're not playing to the best of our ability, and we're not setting up correctly, and also. We're missing a lot of creativity in our team.
I'm not saying it's panic station.
100%.
Obviously, you're still in November. There's still a lot.
It looks like from our own Arsenal fans, from opposition fans, laughing at Arsenal, whatever, dunking on us, whatever. It looks like we're doing a lot worse than we actually are.
But you are because you won 50 out of 50. What was it? 57 games last season. How many games did you win last season?
57. I wish we won 57.
No, the
No,
expectations
you won.
were high.
Like,
though.
how many games
The
did you win last
expectations
season?
were high.
You
We
lost
lost
a
against
handful.
Newcastle
The
1-0
other
as well last season.
The
I
other
think-
week you was bragging about how you only lost your first
Away game.
away game.
And look, we're still look at our away record.
How many months?
Away record's still amazing.
Yeah.
So okay, but then when things
We've
are
lost-
but this is the problem. Now that things haven't gone the way you want it to go, now all of a sudden it's because this and then this
No,
and
no,
this
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 been
and
going
this
on
this
this
and
whole
this.
season.
My thing is, it's a lot deeper than that. You are not playing well. You are just simply not playing well. Okay, if you were
I agree.
playing, and I feel like a lot of the games that you're looking at, like the Liverpool game, you should have won that in my opinion. The Bournemouth game you should have won. Yeah, you look at the Leicester game you should have won, but these are all games that you should have won. So it's easy, and if you had won
Leicester
those,
game we did
We did
win.
win, yeah. 4-2.
the Bournemouth-
not the Leicester game,
Bournemouth
the
game.
Brighton game. Sorry, apologies.
Bournemouth game, the red card kind
the
of.
Brighton game, the Bournemouth game,
Both red cards.
the Liverpool game, the Man City game. There's games where you could have easily at this point been clear.
3 of the
them.
4 games
But
were 10
you can't
man.
then turn around and say, oh, it's
you
because of the
mentioned.
fixture list. It's
And
not
for
the
a
fixture
team
list,
that
it's
wants
just-
to win the league.
unfortunately, the games just didn't go how you wanted it to go, and that's just how it
Yeah.
is. There's other teams that had also had difficult fixtures during this period. We've played
Not
Liverpool,
like
we've
us.
played Tottenham, we've played
Chelsea.
Chelsea, we've played big teams as well. It's just and we played Brighton away as well. It's just there's so many games. Everyone can make excuses, but I think ultimately, and I think Arsenal fans, what you're doing now, I feel like is. I'm not saying just you. I'm just saying what I've seen over the last few days is that people are scared to question or challenge the manager.
Oh, definitely not. No, that's not
They're
what I'm
scared.
seeing from us fans
I
online
think-
right now. I'm seeing
Start
fans
saying
questioning the
Arteta.
manager.
What a donut.
He's the only person I've seen.
Yeah, there's a lot of currently Arsenal fans questioning the manager. There is.
No, okay. So you
One
could
of our
question-
own
You could
sat
question,
on
you
the-
could question, but
on
I think
SDS.
I feel like apart obviously there's people that have been extremes as well, but I feel like you lot are not going a lot more harder on Arteta than in
Not
my,
yet.
yeah.
Not
in
No,
my,
not
in
yet.
my opinion.
I don't
But,
think
but
we need
you're,
to.
but you're the man who was Ten Hag ride the storm.
Why are you not riding
No,
Arteta with?
so-
I'm not saying that's
Why?
that's
But
down to
wait,
you.
are
That's
you?
down-
No, but are you?
no, that's
no,
down
but
to
are you
you.
saying?
You're the Arsenal
But are you
fan, I'm
saying
not
we
the
should
Arsenal
be
fan.
going harder
Huh?
on
I
Arteta?
think you should be
I
going
think you
harder.
should.
okay.
Yeah, I think you
I don't
should.
think we should.
Wait. But that doesn't make sense. What you believe in as Liban, what you believe in.
Why is it not what I believe
So
in?
you were ride the
Yeah,
storm.
But you know, Ten Hag was only 2 seasons at Man United, right?
So
Just 2 seasons. You're talking about a man that's been at your club since 2019.
and he's
Hold on.
amazing.
Look at
He's
the
challenged won
context.
league in
No.
the last 2
Look at the
seasons.
context. We're talking about a manager that's been at your club since 2019. That on
Well,
2
December
occasions.
2019, well, come on, okay,
4
2020,
years. Let's say make it 2020 then for you.
Yeah.
2020.
He's the third longest serving manager
Okay.
in the league. Yeah.
Let's look at the last 2 seasons. He's fumbled the season. Fumbled the title. Whether you like it or not, he fumbled the title.
when City went down, yes, he fumbled.
Back-to-back seasons. Yeah.
I'd rather say he.
You said to me
competed for the
last
title
season.
for
You
last
said
2
to me
years.
last season, and this is your words. Yeah, this is what you said to me.
Last
You
season
said
didn't
to
fumble
me-
the title. The
you-
season
no,
before
no.
we did not last season.
Regardless, you didn't win a trophy and you lost the title. Regardless, you won a title race and you didn't end up winning the title.
Correct, and
Okay?
that's
And there was
19
and
teams
there
don't
was
win a title.
Yeah, but
every year.
but you lot in the first season were in the driver's seat of 8 points and you gave that away. And the last season, City only really got to the final position towards the end of last season. Let's be honest with you. There were opportunities for you to go ahead, but you didn't take it, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is,
We
you
won 14
last
out of 16
season,
games,
this is
drew
what you
one
said
and
to me
lost
last
one.
season.
And
This
I
is
lost
what you
since January.
no, but this is what you said to me last
They
season.
won the league. They're the best team.
This is what you said to me last season, yeah? And I'm going to bring that your statement. You
Sure.
said to me, when we was having all that debate, and I don't want to make it that
No,
kind
we're
of
not.
debate,
That's what I'm doing.
But what I'm saying is, last season you made a statement by saying that when I was trying to make the point that just because you finish at second, that's a guarantee that next season you're going to be further than that or win the title or challenge again.
Correct.
And you said to me, but I'd rather be in this position,
Yep.
than let's say win a cup. When we was having that debate about
Yeah,
winning cups.
no,
and
win.
fixtures.
No. It wasn't. I'd rather be second and compete for the league,
Yeah.
like we have, because
Yeah.
we're talking about Arsenal United directly.
And
then finish 8th in the
and
league,
eight-
minus
and-
goal
and
difference,
fifth,
and win
and
an FA
win-
Cup
and
on
fine.
a nice sunny day in May.
that's true.
And I
No,
don't
it's true.
change my mind on that.
And that's fine. But what I'm saying to you is, regardless of where you finish in the season,
Sure.
period, next season not guaranteed. Next season could be completely different to what you just
Correct.
Just,
That's
just seen.
football.
And now you're in a position where you're now finding yourselves in and amongst the top 4 area now. Obviously, there's still a lot to play for. What happens? The question I'm gonna ask you now. What happens now if you finish, let's say, in the top 4, or maybe let's say even outside the top 4, and you don't win anything? What happens then?
He basically wants to say, when are you Arteta out?
No. I don't want to say
No,
Arteta,
but
but I'm saying when
but
do
what
we
I'm
start asking
questions,
serious
yeah, definitely.
questions?
Okay,
Yeah,
there's
but
questions.
I think they're trying to
to
beat
be
around
honest.
the bush.
No,
I
no,
feel
no,
like
no,
because
I feel like you lot don't want to ask
Okay,
the
but I
serious
think
questions.
City at this point last season, though, I think they're 4th place.
You're talking about
We're
a team
10
that
games
has won
in.
6
No, but we're
of
10
the
games.
last
I don't
7
even know why
titles.
we're having this discussion. I want to talk about.
I think it's a crazy discussion
I
to
don't-
have
I-
that we're out the title race.
No,
and we're
I'm not
just competing
saying
for the
that.
top four.
I'm just saying
And Arteta should
why
be
is
questioned.
why no? Because I'm not talking about in terms of. I'm not trying to write Arsenal off.
Okay, you're talking
I'm
about why we're
saying-
not questioning Arteta,
I'm
right?
not. I'm no. Not
many
necessarily, not
questions
necessarily
for
even
Arteta,
about
as there should
questioning.
be.
What I'm saying is, you are in this position now,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Which is 5th place of 10 games, 18 points.
Why
yes.
is it? I feel like what the conversations that I'm hearing now is that you are almost trying to excuse for you're looking for excuse, or you're trying to excuse the reasons for why you are in this position, whether it be suspensions, fixture list, or injuries. Why can you not be like, the manager's just got it wrong completely from the
100%.
get-go? From the start, from the summer
said
till
that.
now.
I think
he's
every
got it
loss, every drop point we've had this season, I've said Arteta got it wrong. I've almost said it. This game, Arteta got it
Okay,
wrong.
maybe
Havertz shouldn't have been.
obviously I'm not aware.
Of course,
so,
yeah. Havertz shouldn't play the right
Yeah.
8. It should be Trossard, or like Sharky said, I didn't want Ethan to start this
Yeah.
game, but if he started this game, fair enough. We
Yeah.
would have had a creative player. Obviously, the injuries is an excuse.
Yeah.
Every team has injuries, and every manager uses injuries as an excuse. Suspension's
Like
not an
yourself.
excuse.
Of course,
Yeah.
I'm not-
Suspension is
I'm
not an
not-
excuse.
of course,
Suspension is not an
it
excuse.
influences
It's self-inflicted.
100%.
Suspension is
Yeah.
self-inflicted. The 3 or 4 games where we've finished the game with 10 men, that's our fault because they've been dumb red cards,
Correct.
Yeah.
and none of them for me have been controversial. It's been all red cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I don't like now is, I'm not saying you are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people everywhere in the world, whether I'm listening to TalkSport, whether I'm seeing it on Twitter, Instagram, they're saying if Arteta doesn't do this season, or if Arteta carries on down this path, he should go. I don't like that talk.
Yeah.
Because now when you flip the convo to Arteta goes, who do we get? There's not one manager in the world that'll come to Arsenal.
Yeah, but no one.
Not come to Arsenal. Sorry, not come to Arsenal. There's not one manager right now we can just go and just say, yeah, we'll take you, please, mate. We'll just go and get you.
No, of course. Yeah,
There's
but-
none.
but-
There's
No, I
none.
don't think he should be sacked
It's-
right now.
it's-
I think
No,
he's-
but there's a
he's
lot of
trying to-
people saying they're talking about in future.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we get to the end of the season, Arsenal finish top 4.
Obviously,
we
we're
don't
talking
win
about
the
the
season.
have that
Newcastle
discussion
game, so it's
there.
fine.
There's ifs.
Yeah.
I
Let's
don't
have
like
that discussion
I don't
then.
like
We're
the ifs.
talking about
I
the
like talking
Newcastle
about
game.
now. I like talking about now.
Exactly.
What we've gotten wrong, what's going to change after the international break when Odegaard comes back, what's going to happen when Ben White is fully fit. I feel like he'll be fully fit after the international break. What happens when Calafiori's back? When all these pieces come to play, which they might not.
Yeah.
When Odegaard comes back, Timber might go down. When
These
when
moments are
yeah.
defining in the season, though.
They are.
1 point out of 9.
It's terrible.
Like,
It's
when
not
these
great.
players
It's
come back,
terrible.
It's not
terrible.
great.
Too
We'll
late,
have
yeah.
some distance to make up, of course. But like I agree with him. It's I feel like, especially here as well, where we talk about Arsenal, it's always what happens if you don't win the league this season, or Stars is like, we need to win something this season, or Ren is like, I need to see armpits this season. Let's talk about that when we get there. Right now, we played Newcastle this weekend. I want to talk about the Newcastle game and the 9 games before that, because we played 10 games this season. So can we talk about
third
those
of the
10
way.
games?
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about if
Yeah.
we come second this
Yeah.
season, if we come fourth, because at the same time, we could win every single game from now to the end of the season. We could.
Yeah. No, but
I'm
what
not
I'm
saying,
saying,
I don't think it's gonna
but I'm
happen.
saying
What I'm
today's
saying, I don't want to talk
result.
about that.
But today's
because
result.
Let's talk about that then.
Yeah.
We played against Newcastle.
Yeah.
We lost against Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
And then we played 9 games before
Yeah.
that, and we're currently 1 point from 9, right? I did say the scheduling has been tough. That is true. But like you said, everyone plays everyone in the league. You're going to play everyone. I just think it's crazy, the scheduling, how it's looked so far at the moment. I think we've
No, you're right. He went
but
through it.
I'm saying that.
It
I'm not
looks-
saying. I'm not saying that because we've been done dirty. I'm saying that because I think we should be given a little bit of leeway to look at it as like, we've played all the top teams, a lot of them away from home, so the fixtures are inevitably going to get easier. So we could go on a great run as well. You know, we've fumbled on a position where we could have probably gotten some good points now because we've lost to Bournemouth away, we've lost to Newcastle away, we've drawn to Brighton at home, we've drawn to City away, we've drawn to Liverpool at home. These are results that we could have gotten that would have helped us further on. But because we've had all these tough fixtures now, what I'm saying is, and we've had those with the injuries, with the suspensions, we're not in a horrible place. We're still there and thereabouts. Yes, we're 7 points away from Liverpool, but I felt like we could make those points back up. I was worried about City because they're a lot harder to kind of chase. City dropped some points as well, which we'll speak about in a bit. I'm just saying, because of that, I'm not worried yet.
Yeah.
That's all
So
I'm
based
saying.
on those 10 games, you still think Arsenal can win the league so far?
Yes.
If
Or
things
challenge.
change, if things change,
I
yeah.
personally think this season no one's getting 9 points over, bruv, including City. I personally think this season's going to be a lot different to how it was the last couple of seasons.
I think Liverpool
City are still
gonna run away
favourites. For
with
me, City are still favourites to win the league, but Liverpool are there and Arsenal are there. I'm just saying, I'm seeing 10 games in. It's fun now to say, yes, Arsenal are no longer involved. Haha, Arsenal, you're
it.
not
It's a
going to...
3-horse race. and
It's
they're not
10
in the
games
top three.
in. Yeah,
That's why I don't know.
but that's completely fine to say.
That's
completely-
where my issue is.
So
though.
you think
That's what my
cool.
issue is.
Okay,
though.
so it's
why
Liverpool
is it that you're
So-
in
so-
the race, but then
so-
you're not really even?
Okay. So
Yeah.
be honest to me.
Yeah.
Is Nottingham Forest in the Premier League race?
No, of course not.
So it's just Liverpool and
So it's
City.
good. You're going off of your top three.
it's two horse
right
race.
now.
No, then our Chelsea
for
in the
me
whole-
right
Is
now,
it a two-horse race?
mine is a 2-horse race
I
right
think
now.
it's a 2 horse
Okay,
race.
it's 2 horse
It's
race.
a 2-horse
I
race.
personally think it's a 2 horse race.
It's a 2
Mainly
Mainly
because
because
fair,
horse
that's
race.
fair.
Mainly
That's
because
fair.
of the 10 games I've
I'm
seen.
not gonna get angry for
Yeah,
thinking
no, but
it's
it's
two
a
horse race. I
2
don't.
horse
Based on the
race.
10 games, like you said,
Yes.
I don't think you have the squad depth to win a league. I don't think you like we see when Odegaard is out or
Or Saka's
Ben White
out.
or Saka it's a problem.
Yeah,
You don't get that with Liverpool.
hindsight is
If
the worst
Salah's
thing
out, then they got I don't know.
Hindsight's the
or-
worst thing
anyone
ever.
can come in.
Because now you look back at the transfer window and say, oh, we only signed Marino and
And that's where-
that's-
and
that's-
Calafiori.
yeah,
And-
it's difficult
and,
at
and
that time.
at that time, I was like, those are
When
very
you
good
have a fully
signings
fit
because
squad-
they were Marino was cover / starting, and then Calafiori was like, we didn't know what he was getting. Was he going to be a starter?
I was here and I
Yeah.
said we've
Yeah.
got 8 centre backs. We've got the
We've
best
got the best-
defensive
and
depth.
now
in
look how
history
bad
of the Premier
defensive
League,
we are.
and now we can barely afford a back
A
four.
back four, yeah.
So it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
you don't predict injuries. You
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
But
no,
now
you
you
can't,
look at
yeah.
it, like in hindsight. Now you look at it, you're like, oh my god, we sold Smith Rowe, we sold Nketiah, we've loaned out Vieira, we've loaned out Nelson. These are great options that we could have had. Only for us to bring in Raheem Sterling and Mikel Marino as midfield
Yeah.
and above options.
Yeah,
It sounds
like getting rid
crazy,
of like the 3 of those players, and Nketiah, Emil Smith Rowe, and Reece Nelson doesn't make up for us signing Raheem
and
Sterling.
that's-
But that's
yeah.
hindsight. At the beginning of the season, maybe it was different. A lot of people said good window. We just didn't sign the number 9, but everyone was like, Havertz had a good end to the season.
Can
He
we,
can stay as the number 9.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Newcastle because
Yeah,
listen,
100%.
they
Newcastle had a great
got a
game.
huge win. They're not having the best of seasons.
Yeah.
They were winless in 5 in the league
Yeah.
before Arsenal.
Mm.
They know how to beat Arsenal. They've got a number. They beat us last season
They're
at
11th.
home as well at their ground. Anthony Gordon with the assist, unbelievable
Oh,
cross.
was like
Anthony
David-
Gordon
David
actually has
Beckham-esque.
played. He's played 9 Premier League games against the Big 6, the teams that are billed as the Big 6, at St James's Park since he joined. Since the start of last season.
Yeah.
He's either scored or assisted in 8 of them.
That's your boy. I remember you was high on him.
AG10, bro. That's
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
boy.
you was high on him.
He's either scored or assisted in 8 of
Mm.
those 9 games at St James Park against Big 6.
No, that cross
Yeah.
was
Big player.
sensational.
I
He
know,
put
I'm
a
real-
Been
whip on
playing
that.
now on the right side
Yeah.
instead of the left because they
Yeah.
had Joe Linton on the left, which obviously impacted how we played as well.
Yeah.
But from that right side, look at the ball he delivered.
And
Perfect.
I like the way
Yeah.
Newcastle set up that game.
And the header was
The
quality.
midfield.
The header was
Header was
unbelievable,
great.
but that's because the cross was so
Yeah, it's
good.
so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
it's
between
true.
the 2 centre backs, and it was
Yeah.
perfect.
First time.
Yeah, great.
I think
great
it's.
header.
I think Newcastle. I think from minute 1, you probably saw from kickoff.
Yeah.
They just.
They were on
They
it.
just. They were on it. They.
It's a rivalry.
They just.
They like the little. It's not a rivalry,
It's not a-
but there's the beef that we've had in the past.
Yeah.
At the Emirates last season, when we was at their ground, when Havertz took out, I think it was Joe Linton. he
Yeah,
absolutely
even the
wiped him
way
out.
they won last season
Yeah.
with the controversy.
The controversy.
all
There's a
going
bit
on
of
from
like
now.
beef there, which I like.
I think as well. Yeah. I just think they just know when they come up to here, especially at St
We need
James
to
Park.
show them.
If we be more physical than them, if we show that we want it
Yeah.
more than them, we're gonna win the game. And that's what they do. As Newcastle don't do anything special.
And they're the king of that is
They don't.
their captain, Bruno.
No,
Bruno G.
Bruno G.
Ole.
Joe Linton.
He shows
Yeah.
that.
The guy kicks the ball out for a throw and they start screaming. His
Yeah,
head
yeah.
off, like,
Celebrate.
They've
Yeah,
got
we
Dan
celebrate
Burn,
passion,
Passion,
I
man.
mean, yeah,
I like
yeah.
passion players like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Dan
it's-
Burn, Nick Pope. They got a team of giants,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
They should've
and
kept
also they
Chris
played
Wood.
really well. Like Sean Longstaff was good.
Yeah.
Joe Willock was immense to like defensively and getting back. Obviously, the 2 fullbacks that we mentioned earlier. Isaac had a decent game. His touches were nice and neat. Like he kept them ticking, and they were just a better team on the day. Like
Yeah.
that's all you can chalk it up to.
Yeah, no, facts, 100%. Yeah. What do you think?
Shouldn't be losing.
Yeah, man.
No, but we're never.
But
gonna
this tough place to go. City drew there this season.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
always a hard.
It's always been
Yeah,
even
it's
before
tough
they
place
came
for
into
anyone.
money. It was
For
a
most,
difficult
for anyone
place
to go. Yeah, for anyone to go. So it's part of it. For talking about this from the Arsenal point of view, part of it is disappointing because we'd lost another game.
Yeah.
But also part of it is it's a tough place to go for anyone, like especially the big teams. They show up for the big teams. You can look at it and go, okay, Brighton got a win there the other week, but
It's not a
when
big game
when
for them,
City
yeah.
go there, they struggle. When Arsenal go there, we struggle. When other big teams go there, Spurs struggle all the time against
It's
Newcastle.
one of them away fixtures that
Yeah.
you
It's
know
one,
gonna
and
be a
then to
problem.
have it at lunchtime on a Saturday.
Oh.
Man, I keep saying
It's
it's
like
tough, man.
I-
No, but genuinely, but it's true. It's
But
a real
12:30
thing
kickoff
because
start.
we
they're not
when
like
we went to Everton away a couple years ago, 12:30, we lost.
Yeah.
Like it's one of them ones. We go a far away game at
Lost
12:30.
at St James Park 5:30. There's a big difference.
It's terrible, man. Huh?
Lost there 5:30.
Nah,
lost
there's
Now, do you know what it is?
Yeah, but you
understand-
lose at home at Old Trafford to Bournemouth 3-0 last season. It happens.
Yeah, 3 p.m.
But
kickoff as well.
It doesn't matter who you play, what time.
Yeah.
You struggle.
That's
at
enough
home.
time to sleep,
Um,
have breakfast,
Yeah,
lunch.
close
everything.
to our story.
But yeah, no, it's always tough place to go. I just think
You're
this
close
game.
to us, yeah?
I think this
Yeah,
game.
top.
Yeah, but that doesn't cover you in
Yeah,
glory,
yeah,
mate.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you know, innit? You're close to us.
I,
and you're
I,
on
just
top.
shooting yourself in the foot.
I just think
Sorry.
I just think this game looks even worse now, and unfortunately because of the the results we've had against the Bournemouth, if we closed out the Liverpool game, and they scored late on, this one wouldn't be as bad. If we had won the Bournemouth game and not had the man sent off, and we had won the Liverpool game, we could look at and obviously the City one, which we almost did win. We would look at this game as like all right, charge it, but it's even worse now because of what happened, and it makes our game this weekend an even bigger one against Chelsea.
And I don't like the news that came out today, the Edu news.
The Edu news, really briefly.
It's a bit messy coming out a day after we lose, 2 days after we lose. It's a little bit messy.
Very strange.
Yeah, I don't like that.
First
but
man has been executed.
But
I think it's for the best.
Yeah, that's why we said it today. Before the pod, we were saying this. Edu leaving is not a big thing. A lot of Arsenal fans agree the same. He used to struggle getting deals across the line. The Declan Rice one we almost lost, like very close. If they're not Portuguese speaking, they're not coming. Do you know what I mean? Like it's Edu's all right. He was there from the beginning. First ever sporting director for us.
Yeah, first man that job.
First man that job for us. Done a good job.
Which Arteta asked for.
Yeah, and then now Arteta apparently has got
they've done well together. Like we've transformed together. They've transformed the club to where we're at now. To the point where we're being held to standards where we have to be competing every single year or win trophies. Which Arsenal weren't looked at a team for a while where it's like you have to win trophies or this happens or your manager's got to go. So Edu, along with Arteta and the current squad, the staff we've have gotten us to this point we're at now. Where our expectations are a lot bigger and we're competing for the league. But to get across that next line, I hope we get someone else maybe that even can get us across that. And I heard Arteta's got a big say in who,
which he should.
He's
been there from the beginning.
So
let's
see how that goes. I mean, and on top of that as well, from the other side, Edu's been given an offer he can't refuse. It seems like.
But not
apparently, I don't know. Allegedly, he's been offered triple his wage, or triple his salary. He's joining the group that own Nottingham Forest, Olympiacos, Real Ave in Portugal. So from his side, he's getting a better job, more money, and other things that he wants to do, and more responsibility because he wanted, I think, more. I think he wanted more power. Arsenal weren't giving it to him, so good on him. Best of luck for him, and of course, hopefully for us, that means we get someone that maybe can take us over that line. But let's move on to Bournemouth versus Man City. The glorious City, the magical City, the best team in the world, the team that have credit in the bank, so they're allowed to lose apparently. But Bournemouth, we'll speak about City in a second. Bournemouth first. Let's give Bournemouth credit because I'm not going to speak all about City. Have now beaten Arsenal and City this season. Very, very good performances at home. Anthony Iraola has the number of all the big teams. Milos Kerkez is the player I want to speak. Was my key player that game. The left back, the young Hungarian left back. Unbelievable performances. I think he's gonna be gone very soon.
And he's quite young as well.
How young?
20.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be gone very soon.
He's
2
really
assists.
good, man.
Really good performance. Yeah, really good performance.
Oh yes, the Evan Nilsson ball was really good.
Yeah, really good performance.
What player?
Evan Nilsson.
What league did he come from?
The Portuguese league.
Yeah.
2 goals.
He's gassified. What? His second goal.
2 goals.
He's gassified second goal.
Oh my
took him ages to
days.
score.
Just another
Yeah.
It took him ages. And you don't want to talk about his missed penalty. He's missed penalty as well. You don't want to talk about that.
He went for the shot. That was the elbow. That was the elbow.
That's crazy.
Even missed penalty. Yeah, I mean, listen, Bournemouth got the win. Obviously, Evan Nilsson scored in the second. Semenyo scored in the first. Semenyo's having a very good season.
Semenyo's having a quietly good season.
Having a very, very good season. I think it's from South London?
It's from the ends, isn't it?
Yeah, for such a long time. I just
And it's because his national team's Ghana as well. So
Yeah,
I thought he was just from.
I
just thought
it was fresh.
Same.
Semenyo as well. Come on, man.
Semenyo. The guys are London like us. Yeah.
But Antoine's quite South
London. And he's had a great journey in football. I think I was watching an interview that just came out just before. It's weird how that happens. Like Sky Sports will release an interview with a player because they've got a big game coming up, and that player will score a goal or something.
Something will happen.
But yeah, big up to Bournemouth. Great result for them. They beat Arsenal and City this season. What I like about them as well, because I was flicking between the Liverpool Brighton game and the Bournemouth City game, because obviously we just lost, so I'm desperate for these other teams to drop points. And for a while, Liverpool were losing and so was City. So I was flicking back and forth. What I like about Bournemouth is they're not afraid to go toe to toe. With Man City, like they got rewarded for it. They weren't sitting back and scared of them, and Iraola didn't set them up to kind of be like that. And I remember I was reading from Bournemouth fans that he sets up the same way he did, that worked so well for him in Spain at Rayo, that he doesn't care who he's playing against. He's playing his
style of play.
His style of play.
And
it's like, especially if you're coming to their ground, you have to try and compete with them rather than them sitting back and allowing you. And it worked. They were all different. And so far, doing really, really well. I mean, I got written down here, a huge shout out to Iraola and also Eddie Howe for what they've done to this Bournemouth club. I'm reading the Bournemouth fan pages and they're literally in dreamland, because they're not a Man City. They're not going to win trophies, but just where they're at now and where they were 5-6 years ago, or even 10 years ago, they were in like League 2 or something like that, bro. what Eddie Howe has done to get them to the Premier League, unbelievable. And now what Iraiola's done, these are the two greatest managers already for Bournemouth fans. But on the other end, City, they lose they lose a couple games like this every season, right?
What's that? Bournemouth had Arsenal, Villa, and City, and they got 7 out of 9 points.
Yeah.
That's not bad, huh?
No, that's
not bad at all.
That's top of the table for. Like against those
but
three.
do you know what it is? Even though it is definitely paper over the cracks, because I feel like there's certain things with City I'm just not liking at the moment.
City are lost.
I just
right
think defensively they're just all over the
But
place.
they got 2 injuries though, Stones and DS.
now. Forget defensively,
and also
all over the place.
Rodri missing,
They are
De Bruyne.
terrible right now.
Yeah.
Gundo's a shell.
Yeah.
He actually looks like an old man now.
Yeah.
Foden is not the guy.
Not what he was last season.
It's not that. It's not that. It's not the guy everyone thought he would be this season for Haaland.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? No. In terms of De Bruyne and Haaland have this like, they don't even look at each other and Haaland's gone. But Foden is like, he has to wait for him.
Edward.
And do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's,
Edward.
but it's like, he can't find him. And then obviously Haaland, these last 3 games, missed like 6 big chances, I think. And their chances, I think, even you would score, Liban.
Yeah,
He was playing up front.
probably-
Can't lie, there was like 3 of them. I said,
Footballer
whoa.
back in the day.
Yeah,
I said, how's Haaland missing those? Like, I had him triple captain on FPL, and I said, how you missing 2 like open goals like that? Like, it's mad right now the way they're playing. Bernardo's not the
I think their
same.
biggest issue though is defensively, especially on the counters or the transitions with the opponents. I think there's too much changes at the back, and I think there's no consistency. There's no sort of
Oh, it reminds me of a team in North London. The changes at the back and the consistency.
Yeah, but when you're missing your best player, technically, the DM and the 2 main
Ballon d'Or
centre-backs,
winner.
it's hard to
even
for City, it's hard to replace these players, man.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that's just kind of like which is the reason why they've conceded so many goals this season. I feel like City usually are Pep's teams were known to not even allow teams to even sniff chances, let alone score goals. And now what you're seeing is obviously because of the fact that they've lost Rodri and also because of the
11 goals, same as Arsenal.
Yeah,
we obviously are having a worse season defensively than last season. So 11 goals.
Right now conceded 12.
Hey, not bad. You're hanging with the big boys.
Yeah.
Get out of here,
The
man.
big boys,
Get out of here, man. But I'm saying that shows you though, that I'm saying that shows you the fact that there's definitely an issue, obviously for Arsenal too, but Man City so much because, and like I said, it comes down to the Rodri, obviously not having that defensive protection in front of the defense, but also the defenders in general, the ones that are playing, it's just too many errors, too many mistakes, sloppy,
Walker again.
very
Kyle
sloppy.
Walker getting cooked online.
Like
they call him a terrorist.
Yeah, Kyle Walker.
It's crazy, bro. Like when he starts, they're saying, "Damn, he's back."
He's got
Nah,
to
I
that
think
level.
Came back.
think they
It's crazy
disrespect him
because
too
Rico
much,
Lewis is a good player.
Yeah.
They like Rico Lewis. He tucks into midfield. He helps out and all
But it's
that
not
kind of
just
stuff.
Kyle Walker. That's
No,
why-
they've got a lot. They've got a lot.
Yeah,
For me, Edison, I feel like his head was turned in the summer.
Yeah.
So him playing is like a bit of a 50-51.
Yeah.
Then you've got, obviously, Stones is out. You've got
To be
Nathan
fair,
Diaz as well.
Edison made an unreal save.
No, he did.
He made an unreal save,
Nathan
to be
Ake
fair. Yeah.
Nathan Ake's been out and he was their star,
Yeah.
left back, centre back. Gavardio's been doing
Yeah.
good, but they can't rely on Gavardio. Then you're missing Rodri.
Yeah.
Gundo's not the same. Mateus Nunes is ass.
Grealish is injured as well. No?
Nunes been doing well, especially
He's been
like
doing
left
well,
side,
but he's not a player that you say, hey, this guy's out, this guy's this guy's out.
Mateus
Hey,
Nunes
you know it's all about
Mateus Nunes is what you need right now at Arsenal.
Left.
Do we?
Oh, 100%.
Nah,
He's
I'll
the type
take
of
him.
he's the type of player you need right now.
I'll take him.
You need him right now in
Nah.
this team. In the
you know
Arsenal
who I
team right
need?
now? Who?
Paul Bill Pogba.
Wow, nah, man.
That's
Yo.
what I need. That's who I need.
You know that is the most casual statement you can
Do you
make.
know how much I would love if he just came out of nowhere?
But I need Paul.
If he just came out of nowhere.
This guy.
Come on, man.
You're stuck in 2017,
Imagine if
You're
Pogba just
stuck in
randomly came back.
2018. Damn, you know COVID's gonna happen in 2 years, yeah?
Yeah, I'll take Pogba back for that to happen again.
Yeah, you know that. You're still stuck in 2017.
Never, man.
I'll never take Pogba, but
See, yeah,
bro,
I mean,
they got a lot of stuff going on. Bernardo.
on top of that, listen, of course, City, they're second in the league. They're still 2 points, only 2 points behind Liverpool. This is obviously their first loss of the season, but I feel like it was coming. They've had a few lucky results this season. They've been scraping through. Notably, the 98th minute equaliser against Arsenal at home. The 95th minute again, John Stones winner against Wolves.
Yeah.
Obviously the 1-0 win against Southampton at home, which was pretty comfortable of a win. But at any point they scored 2 minutes in, Southampton could have probably gotten an equaliser. They didn't. And they beat Fulham 3-2 at home with Doku scoring kind of like a late goal, even though they went up 3-1 and Fulham was. But I'm saying they got the results. That's why we know what City are for. We look at that and you're like, they're City. You don't count them out. But at the same time, they were on the right side of luck for a few games.
Yeah.
The Arsenal game, like
Yeah.
we almost held on, and the Wolves game, which is the 95th minute.
Yeah.
This was coming, right? And now they
Yeah.
finally got the loss. They couldn't get that result. Yes,
They almost brought it back.
and they almost brought it back.
They almost
Guardiola
brought it
scored.
back,
And
yeah.
I was thinking,
That's
oh
the
my
thing about
God,
City.
here we go again.
Here we go again. That's what I was
City,
like,
you need to
please,
score.
no, man.
City, you need to score. Like, and the thing is, Bournemouth, obviously, of course, they got the 3 points. It's an excellent result,
Yeah.
big result against Man City.
Yeah.
But they should have been up 3-4-0 at one point. They should have been, I think, like 4-0 at one point, and they were missing.
I think
like, easy
Cook,
clear-
was it Cook the right back? I can't remember.
He missed
open
open
goal.
goal.
He missed
Open
open
goal.
goal.
The
Wrong
one-on-ones.
technique. It was
The
like the
one-on-
Dallo
that's
chance
difficult.
against
Someone
West
missed
Ham.
a- Someone missed a clear
Smith,
cut
sorry.
one-on-one as well. I can't remember whether it was Semenyo.
Semenyo had a 1-on-1.
Another one-on-one. They could have easily put the game to bed
Yeah.
by like the hour mark.
Yeah.
They could have put it to bed to sleep. And I think that's with City, you have to do
yeah,
that
you have
to.
because 2-0 is not enough. With City, 2-0 is not enough.
it's not,
You need to
You
get the
got to
third
make sure
goal.
they're not breathing anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
They're still breathing.
It's
Don't turn around and walk off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
No.
They're getting up. They're
Yeah,
getting
it's
up.
gonna end up being a
Like
Nick
what?
Young.
Like
You know the
I'm
Nick
taking-
Young.
yeah. No,
Don't
exactly.
do that.
You can't.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
You
can't
got
do
to
that.
make
Yeah.
sure there's no more breath left in them.
I think that was
Then you walk away.
Iraiola's
100%.
first win against Pep as well in like 20 something games against him. Like they
Come back
Hey,
from
big up to the
Spanish
Spanish managers in the Premier League,
Yeah,
man.
man.
There's like,
Well, we've
I
seen
think,
this.
I think they're dominating. I think there's like more than a quarter of the managers in the Premier League
Oh,
are Spanish.
Spanish, man. That's old news, man.
Yeah.
It's
Dominating.
Portugal now.
Come
How many
on.
Portuguese
Yeah,
managers in the league?
Portugal.
Only one?
Nuno Espírito Santo.
Nuno,
Marco Silva.
Marco Silva
yeah,
as well.
three.
Three
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
6
Who else?
Spaniards, three Portuguese.
Oh yes.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
And that's why
How
England
many
got a
English?
German manager.
And I think all the English managers are in relegation zone.
They're terrible. Man.
What does
You
that
got Steven Gerrard in Saudi getting booed. Just
What does
a
that tell
mess,
you,
man.
And
Lampard,
they want us
Sky
to get an
Sports.
English manager for England.
Yeah, Southgate.
It's just not good enough.
Yeah, man. I hear it.
It's just not good
England don't deserve an English
enough.
manager.
Honestly, man, I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, let's see what else we can speak about. Listen, Man City fans don't want to see Kyle Walker anymore in the lineup, which is sad because that's their captain.
Yeah.
They want to see Rico Lewis. Are they being too reactionary, or is there genuine?
They're like
Something
Faisal. They're
behind
like
that.
Faisal, where they've been fed with a golden spoon,
Yeah.
and now when players come back, they're like, nah, I don't want that guy.
He is declining
Yeah.
though.
He has declined, but
He
I
is
still feel
declining.
like
Is
he's
it
good
like
enough to
is it
play.
that famous thing? Leave the football before football leaves you.
I don't think he's at that stage.
Nah,
yet.
because
I don't think he's at that stage yet.
Casemiro, everyone thought that, but he's
He's
finding the ball
still
again.
playing.
Yeah,
Good
still
game,
playing.
good game.
Yeah.
Still playing.
Yeah.
He went and
We've
looked for that
seen this
football.
time and time with City though. Like
Yeah.
they have a poor start to the season, then they go on and win the league. So
No De
They
Bruyne,
can't-
he's probably back.
And that's
up
why
there.
they get the
That's
grace,
happened
and,
before as well.
and that's why Man City get the grace because they've
Why is it-
been known for doing it.
Yeah.
They've done it over the last 7 years.
Because when we
Yeah.
do it,
And it,
we're now at 10 games and we're not in the title race anymore.
Yeah.
okay,
Nice.
okay,
There's
okay,
levels,
give me
there's levels,
hold on,
there's
give me one season where Arsenal have had a poor start to the season, then in
No,
the
you know
new
what,
year
you know
turned
what?
it around, and then when ended up
I like this.
ended up winning the league.
No, I like
Tell me
this.
that in the
No,
last
I want it
decade.
to be like this.
We
I don't.
want
We're not in
babies.
title race. I want him in title race. I don't
Yeah.
want it. I don't
Yeah,
want it.
don't win it.
Don't think
Yeah,
about us
stay out of
anymore.
it, stay out of
We'll
it.
see you in like April or May, man. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
late-
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
for now, leave us alone.
Yeah,
Leave us alone, yeah.
Can't wait for Amram to come
leave
back
us
us.
alone.
You know, that's not even gonna work.
No, leave us alone.
Now you want to do the
No,
nonchalant gimmick.
leave us alone.
The nonchalant
No,
gimmick
no,
now.
game by
Oh,
game.
it's a new
Game
gimmick.
by game.
He's got a new
Game-
gimmick
take
now.
game by game.
The
Game by
nonchalant
Leave
gimmick.
us
Okay,
alone.
yeah.
Chelsea next.
We're
That's it.
winning. Don't worry. EFL Cup. We're winning that.
EFL on top four.
No,
I want that.
honestly,
I actually want it.
like
I
even
want
I
it.
want that for you.
I want
Win
it.
something,
Man,
man.
I need to go Wembley this year.
starving.
I need to go Wembley this year. I need to go
Even I
Wembley
want
this
them
year.
to win it.
Man,
Apart of me
please.
saying, just give it to them, man.
Yeah, I need to go
Give
Wembley.
them. They haven't seen a League Cup for how many years as well?
30
It's them on
30 odd
top.
years.
Look,
I
come on,
want
man.
it. I want
Have
it.
that one, man.
I want it.
Yeah,
I know
no,
that
we
one you're itching as well.
Oh,
FA, we bought the FA Cup. We bought the FA Cup.
Yeah, see,
We won the FA Cup too much.
Yeah.
that would be
most
okay.
successful team
See,
ever.
that, if you had a top 4 in the Carabao Cup, be good, be grateful with that. Be happy with that. Walk away with that.
You know who we are.
That's what you need.
We're not homeless,
That's
you
the
know.
problem.
We're not homeless.
You know who
Do
you
you know who we
are.
are?
Who are you?
One of the best teams in the world.
Whoa.
Say, well, that's not a fact. Is that not a fact?
We're one of the best teams in the world. Are we not one of the best teams in the world?
Are we not? Come on, be honest.
As in
What's the
history
best
wise
team?
or
What's the
right
best
now?
team? What's it?
I
What's
would
it?
say one of the biggest clubs in the world for history.
Yeah, okay.
One of the best teams in the world, yes. We
Okay,
are.
okay.
One of the
Where you
best
rank
teams
it? Where do you
right
rank
now.
it? Where do you rank Arsenal?
How many teams do you think can say they're one of the best teams? 10? Top 10 or top 5?
Top 5. It's
Okay,
top 5.
okay.
You're not in the top
Are we in
5.
top 5 or not?
No, you're not in the
I
top
think
5.
we are.
Okay, go. Name your top 5.
No particular order.
No particular order. Just maybe top 5.
Madrid.
Yeah.
No, Barcelona are better than them, right? Barcelona,
Yeah,
Okay.
Barcelona, flex
Okay.
on them.
City,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Bayern.
So
Yeah.
Liverpool's
So Liverpool not better than you?
top of the league right now.
Nah.
Right now, they're playing better. They're top of the league. Wow. They've had easier games than us.
So you're better than Liverpool.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. But we've been better than
Yeah.
them for how many years now?
Yeah. Thank God God, Fuzi's not in the room.
We've been better
What
than
do you
them.
mean better than them? How many
Okay,
years?
okay.
It's my
Are we-
first time
Because
here,
you finished
man. It's my
above them
first
2
time.
years in a
Are we
row.
better than Nottingham Forest?
Because you finished above the 2 years in a
Forest
row.
better than us.
You only finished above the twice.
Oh, exactly. So I'm talking
So
about
how
recent
they-
years, the last couple of years, we're one of the best teams in the world.
During the Klopp era, Klopp only left last year. During the Klopp era, has Arsenal been better than Liverpool?
Do you know like Mashaki?
Yo,
you know like Mashaki?
man.
You're talking
Wallahi,
about, and he said
Mesquita,
last couple
man.
years.
Huh?
That's the last.
Right
That's what I'm saying to you. That's
But
what I'm saying
now,
to you.
we are better than Liverpool.
No, you're not.
Yeah, and we have been for years.
You're not. Even that last
For
couple of years, they've done
though,
more
that's
than
a
you.
big statement. The
Huh?
years.
Even that last couple of years, they've done more than you. They've won cups. They've won domestic cups.
Champions League.
They've done runs in
won
Champions
the
League.
EFL last
Like,
year.
what have you done?
That's embarrassing, man.
That's all you've done. Wallah,
No, I don't know if
you know what
he's
it
being
is? No, do you know what it is?
serious.
No, he is being
I think he's
serious.
being serious.
He is being serious.
No,
And
he's
trying
being
to-
serious, he's
Listen,
being serious.
Listen, if
Well, we're better than Liverpool, in my opinion.
Vaz.
Arsenal, of course, Arsenal are better than Liverpool. What the hell? What's this crazy? When's the last time they beat us? When's the last time they beat us?
you're fast 3 days.
Let's disagree to agree.
Let's agree to disagree.
No, but I want to disagree to agree.
Then we're gonna be in the same. We're gonna go in circles now.
What?
We're gonna keep doing it till we agree.
to agree. I've never heard
Disagree
that
to
one
agree is basically we're gonna keep arguing until
No.
we someone
We're
says I agree.
disagreeing to agree. We're both saying we're not going to agree with each other.
before. Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
still
Oh,
facts.
okay. I didn't understand
It's
this.
still
No,
works.
we can agree to
You're a
disagree.
teacher, you should know this.
No, we can agree to. How is he trying to spin it?
Occupancy.
How is he trying to spin it?
What?
My brother, the statement is like we need to agree. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, and I
not
wanna say,
disagree to agree.
Let's disagree to agree.
Oh man.
It means
Nah,
the same thing.
nah,
means
brother,
the
it
same
doesn't
thing.
mean the same
We're
thing.
not going to argue over this
What
now,
yeah?
bro. Go
You
away.
got on to me for saying tomato, tomato, and then you want to tell me disagree to agree.
Does that not make sense?
That doesn't make sense to me.
Why doesn't it make sense?
Disagree to
So
agree.
Liverpool versus
How can
Brighton,
you disagree to
guys. All right, Liban, what do
you
you
can
think about
agree
Liverpool game?
that we disagree.
I don't wanna agree with
you.
you,
Can't
don't agree
disagree
with
to
me.
agree.
I've never heard that one. That's
That's
why
a
I
crazy
asked
one.
that
Take it off,
question.
man.
What it-
Liverpool-
Let's
Yeah,
talk about
listen.
Liverpool Brighton, please, guys.
Yeah,
Let's talk about Liverpool
I
Brighton.
ain't never seen you like this before.
Here's the notes.
Let's talk about Liverpool Brighton. So
I ain't never seen you like this before, man.
Liverpool Brighton, guys.
Facts.
Liverpool Brighton. Are you guys ready to talk about Liverpool Brighton?
Yep,
The
let's
fans
go,
are here
let's
to
go.
listen.
Yes,
to
we
Liverpool
are.
Brighton.
Let's talk about Liverpool Brighton.
Arne Slot is the first ever Liverpool manager to win 8 of his first top 10 flight league matches in charge of the club. That's a big thing, you know.
They got the right.
They got the right board manager, innit?
They got the right Dutch
I
board
can't lie,
manager.
he's been playing good football as well. He's been playing very good football. Most tackles made by Liverpool defender in the Premier League game since 2016-17. 9 tackles.
Who?
Trent versus Brighton.
Wow.
And the last one was Trent versus Leicester in 2021. A lot of people talk about his
Trent?
defensive, back to back.
Surprised,
A lot of
yeah.
people talk about his defensive frailties. He got the
Yeah.
most tackles. Yassin Ayari for Brighton in the first half as Liverpool. Most touches, most duels won, most possession won, most tackles, most fouls, most chances created. He was very good in that first half.
very
And he
good.
set us.
Yeah.
He made a very good through ball around the bend. I remember it was very
Let's
nice.
talk about Ferdy at right wing.
Ferdy Caglioglu.
At right
Can
wing.
play in
This
every
guy plays
position.
right back, left back, right
every
wing,
position.
left wing.
Centre back, centre mid, everything.
Everywhere he wants to
Everywhere.
play.
He's
Yeah.
left-footed right back.
But anything.
Wherever you want to put him, he's
Everything,
there. And he
yeah.
scored first Premier League. That was a good finish, though.
It was
He
solid.
wrapped that off the post. didn't he?
Yeah.
That was a
Very
very
good
good finish.
finish.
And
Yeah.
can't lie, I watched the first half. I watched the first half of the Liverpool game and I watched the second half of the City game. The first half of the Liverpool game, they were very shaky.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Brighton pressed them high up the pitch.
It made him uncomfortable.
very
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
very
Yassin
uncomfortable,
was very good. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yassin Ayari. He played
Swedish
very
boy.
good. Yeah, he was really
Yeah,
good. Obviously, Welbeck had a very good game as well.
Yeah.
Kadioglu was very good, but they did fall off in the second half. I didn't really watch the second half too
Brighton
much.
tend to go up. I think this is their 5th time. Or, I could be wrong. Where they've been 1-0 up against
And then
Liverpool.
they give away the.
But Liverpool
yeah.
always win. Apart
Yeah,
from
yeah.
once. Brighton only managed to actually win it once.
Was that
Yeah.
Trossard?
Yeah, so Brighton always seem to go ahead at Anfield. But
Yeah.
Liverpool don't worry
Yeah.
because they have Mohamed Salah
Again.
and obviously and all the rest of their players. And of course, they had great games. Gakpo scoring the equaliser, very good finish. He's on a good form right now, scoring that double in the cup.
Very good
in the
finish.
league.
It's a cross.
Good, yeah, well,
Great
it's
cross.
good finish.
Yes,
He went
yeah.
in really nicely.
Yeah.
But even like it's about good finishes. His midweek finishes, the first one was unbelievable.
Yeah,
His
very
midweek.
good. Yeah, yeah.
But he's doing really well. Curtis Jones doing really well, especially for that Salah goal. But Salah is the main man. You know, that finish, that goal,
Yeah, it's quality.
Mohamed Salah, when he
Quality
cuts
still.
in,
Yeah.
you just know, you just know it's going
yeah.
in.
It's like Robin when he cuts
Yeah.
in. You just knew it was.
I was so upset. Stepinian just let him cut inside. Like he should have known.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones you can't stop it.
Can't stop it.
It's
Can't
in the
stop it,
motion,
man.
he gets the
Yeah.
ball, you
you
already
can't
cut
stop
in by
it.
the time you think
Body's going one
Yeah.
way, you cut in, slap it bins. Like that was a finish. And he had a quiet game as well.
Mohamed Salah for me is an all-time Premier League great. Like there's no discussions about him.
No, go one further. Say he's the best right winger to play in the Premier League.
Oh no, one of the best
Say
right
he's the
wingers.
best.
He's one of the best wingers to play in the
There
Premier
you
League.
go.
I wouldn't even put it just to
Yeah.
right. He's one of the best wingers. For me, he gets into my all-time Premier League 11.
Mhm.
There's nothing we haven't said about Mo Salah in this podcast. And I feel like every year after year, especially over the last few years, we always say, "Oh, Mo Salah's slowing down. Oh, Mo Salah, he can't replicate what he did last season. Oh, he's got that age now." And every year, he just proves the doubters wrong, time and time again. Last season, he put up not just numbers for goals, but also for numbers of assists. This season, he's coming up with the big goals again. It's just Mohamed Salah. If he really wanted to, I think he could stay in the Premier League for another 2-3 years and be at that state at the same level. I don't think he will. I think this is and he kind of alluded.
No, I think
it was a bit of a subliminal message he
on
put
Sky
out.
when he said he was
On Twitter as well.
Even in his tweet.
Twitter, in his tweet. But
I think his cryptic tweet was more to tell the board, yo,
you better
No matter what happens, I will never forget what's scoring at Anfield.
he was telling them, yo, sign the paper, sign it up for me. Like I want this much. Sign the.
I mean, SDS' very own Fuizzi quote tweeted that with the greatest player, Premier League player in history.
He's not the greatest player in
The thing
Premier League
about
history,
Fuizzi
but
is,
he's up there with one of the best.
We know what Fuizzi is
massively,
like. He's a bit
He's
delusional.
a bit slow.
He's a bit slow. He's a bit dyslexic as well. I
And
feel like the tweet was spelled a bit wrong. I feel like he typed it out a bit wrong. Do love Fuizzi though. He's a good brother. It was his birthday on the weekend. Happy birthday to Fuizzi.
Happy birthday, Fuizzi.
He had a very good weekend. Man City lost. Arsenal lost. Birthday. Liverpool
Everton
won.
lost.
Everton lost as well. Yeah. He always keeps an eye on Everton scores. Always. He even told me who scored the goal for Ipswich.
He's probably Liverpool, bro. Like,
He is.
Yeah, it's proper Premier League.
Oh,
But shout out to Fuizzi. Happy birthday to him. 35th birthday. That's my boy right there.
getting on.
Yeah.
But and Liverpool won for him,
Yeah.
so which is good. I think top of the league, Liverpool.
Yep.
Best team in the league. 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 19 goals, 6 conceded. Onslaught did really well. You think he can keep this up? You think he'll go right to the very end and be there?
I think they're going to challenge.
I think they're going to win the league.
The difference between him and Eric Ten Hag is he came into a team that was practically already made.
Yeah.
Didn't sell anyone.
Yeah.
Didn't buy anyone.
Bought
Chiesa.
only the keeper that's going to come.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the difference I've noticed with Liverpool this season in comparison to Klopp's team, because it is the same group of players essentially.
It's the exact same.
And he's getting the best out of the players, that didn't really have good periods under Klopp. So like your Graven Birches, your Gakpos, he's starting to Curtis Jones as well, for example. He's starting to get a lot more performances out of them. And also another thing that I like about Onslaught, especially with this Liverpool team, is that they're playing with a lot more control. Like with under Klopp, it was a lot more not chaotic, but it was like that famous saying, it was like rock and roll football. It was just a lot happening, and it was a bit chaotic at times. Whereas Onslaught, they still have that element of efficiency in terms of they're always going to score goals, but at the same time, they have that control in games. They actually dictate, they're controlling games. The pass is a lot more efficient. They're not just throwing balls into the box. It's more, they're picking their moments, they're picking their passes correctly, and they're just killing teams off. And you're seeing that now with where they are on the table. You're seeing that with their performances this season, and
hardly any injuries.
And
well.
hardly any.
I
I don't know if that comes down to maybe the way he's trained, the trainings, all that. I couldn't say.
It's also a good fortune because we didn't have any injuries last season.
And didn't win the league. But
we didn't win the league. We didn't have many injuries. We came very close. But it's good fortune.
There was a lot of good tactical changes in that second half though. Joe Gomez forcefully come on. It was a good. But Luis Diaz and I think it was Szoboszlai came on. They were like 2 good additions. Luis Diaz was a very good addition coming off the bench. He had a bad game against Arsenal last week. Came off the bench this game. Helped them get the victory. And I feel like you were saying before, he hasn't signed anyone. He's just refined it a bit more.
But he didn't need to though.
Yeah, he did.
The squad was
because a lot of new managers, especially for a big club, he's come from obviously in Holland. It was a big.
That's
club.
what I like about him. He came in, didn't change much, and like that to me is like that's humble. Like you don't need to come in and change different things and stuff. I'm hoping someone comes into Sporting and just copies exactly what
Amarim does.
Doing this whole time.
Yeah.
So for him to come in and just keep the same players, same way of playing.
But also we said it anyways. Most teams and most managers come into a team because the manager before has been sacked because the team isn't doing well or the team is not good, right? That's why it's different. Onslaught came into a perfectly fine Liverpool who just came 3rd in the league, who competing because Klopp bowed out. So he came into a healthy Liverpool already.
Yeah, the foundations.
Were there.
The
reason new manager comes in because another manager's been sacked. Yeah, and because it wasn't going well. The dressing room's been lost. The players aren't good enough. Yeah, like what Amarim's coming into, like what Arteta's come into, like what every manager goes into. Onslaught, yes, he's doing really well with his team, but this is a team that will compete for the league last season anyway. So
but that's
but he didn't come into a rotten.
I agree. No, you're right. The starting point is a lot better than what most managers will come into. The foundation is there,
halfway to success.
But it's also
it's very rare. Like that scenario doesn't happen much.
It's true.
Where a great manager, a team that's still competing, a team that's still at the very top, is just the manager just bows out and then a new manager comes in. It's rare. That doesn't happen.
Always showing that Klopp wasn't doing that good of a job And the players are.
No,
It's
because last
highlighting.
season,
You're right. No, I agree
Yeah.
with you.
You
It's,
know what I
it's
mean?
highlighting his shortfalls in terms of Klopp, the way
Shortcomings, yeah.
his shortcomings, or essentially.
Like if
in
he
terms
wins
of-
the league this year,
yeah.
like what does that prove about Klopp last season?
That
Obviously,
Klopp,
a lot of
that
injuries
Klopp
last
built a great
season.
squad. It's still Klopp's team.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. But yeah, I'm with you in the sense that it does highlight his shortcomings. That was the word I was looking for. Actually, shortcomings. It does highlight it, but. Coming to what you were saying, I think the third point I wanted to highlight also was his in-game management. I think he's very good at identifying there's a problem and then making a change. Whether whether it's half time, he don't care. If it's half time, I need to make change 2 subs. I'll make the 2 subs. I don't care. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting to the half hour to
you're right.
to the hour mark to make a change. If I see there's a problem, like Kwanzaa in the first game of the season, half time you're coming off.
Where's
So
Conor Bradley?
He came on
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
I think he's
yeah.
back now.
He played the League Cup match. I know
Yeah,
that.
and he came on last minute. Gomez
was
came
high
on for
hopes on
Konate
him.
at half time. I think that's an
Yeah.
injury
No, he
problem.
hurt his hand. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Van Dijk stepped on his hand or something like that. I
Yeah.
saw it. It looked bad.
So he came off at half time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I think that is the key, the in-game management.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously they're doing really well. He's
He's a
picked
good
up. He's
manager.
picked up from where they kind of left off. They around this point last season, they were probably one of the best teams in the league. You know,
injuries
up
came
until they really fell out of the title race. They kind of fell out a bit a few months before the league finished because then became City, Arsenal. But they really fell out the same week, the same day we lost to Villa. They lost to Palace. But they were there and thereabouts last season, and all he's doing is just carrying on, and that's the best way. Don't change too much.
Yeah.
Just
Why would you?
Just implement,
Why would you?
tweak a little
Tweaks it,
bit, maybe in-game management. But
Yeah.
this squad is really, really good. And you've got freaks like we already said.
Yeah.
They've got
Trent.
arguably the best goalkeeper in the league, arguably the best right back in the league, definitely the best centre back in the league,
Definitely.
and definitely the best winger. Like they still have in every part of the pitch. He's been blessed with having the best players in the league,
Yeah.
but also a squad that's really good, a squad that was still competing.
It's not their
So-
spine, but they have a good core.
He is doing a great job. I'm not taking away from him, but also I'm saying he's coming to a very healthy
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
And also
Fortunate
Liverpool
situation.
is a kind of is a club that is different from any club in England to the point where the passion, bro, the city
support,
of
the
the
support,
city of
yeah.
Liverpool, you know,
Yeah.
all of everything. It just feels different.
No.
I've been there.
But he's definitely
know,
raised his level.
It's
He's raised the
different.
level.
So he's coming to a good
Yeah.
atmosphere. The city of Liverpool,
Yeah.
the club of Liverpool, and he, like you said, he's raised the level.
Yeah.
level. So everything's going right for him. He is top of the league. He's shown it. The question is, how long can he keep up for? It's only 10 games. I know you said now suddenly you think they're going to win the league, or like, obviously they're competing. No
I
one's
think they're
saying they're not
favourites.
competing.
I think they're favorites.
they're
Yeah,
But
I think they're
it's
going.
At the
only
moment.
10 games. And it's the same way I've been saying as an Arsenal fan, it's only 10 games. Don't write us off. I'm saying for Liverpool fans, it's only 10 games. Don't say now that the league is theirs. Right now, I don't think the league's
But they've also
telling
played
us too much.
They've also played big teams as well.
They've had some good,
Yeah.
tough games, but they've also had a lot of favourable games. If you look at it, they've played United at Old Trafford. That's not really a big game, and then they've played Chelsea at home, which is all right. To be fair, apart from that, honestly, who can you tell me? Look at the
Arsenal
fixtures.
away.
Arsenal away, yeah. That's the
Arsenal
big,
away.
That's the
Chelsea,
biggest.
did
That's
they
the
play
toughest
Chelsea,
game.
no?
So Chelsea, this weekend is not a bit hard game for you then, yeah.
Do you know when it's gonna?
No, they
No,
play Chelsea at
Liverpool,
home. I said.
Okay, so but
So I'm saying that's a favourable game. I said they're not played many games. That's a bit. Arsenal away is the toughest game,
Yeah.
Okay.
and they got
Spurs as
result.
well, no?
And they got. I don't think they play Spurs. Liverpool haven't played Spurs.
No, okay.
No. Chelsea, United away and Arsenal away, they're two big away games. Obviously, they made easy work of one of them.
They got a tough after the international break.
It's my first day here.
Let him,
man.
listen, let him make his jokes. It's right. He can make all the jokes he wants.
But I'm
At
saying,
the end of the
I don't
day,
think they've had tough
There's
games.
nothing. There's
I don't think
nothing.
they've had tough games.
He's internally crying anyway. That's why I'm letting him run his jokes today. Today he's internally crying.
With Liverpool,
He's not the
I'm
same man
happy. We
today.
lost to Newcastle. I'm not happy.
This is what you're starting to see now. He's breaking. You know the inside him right now. The core is damaged. It's damaged, bro.
We've
It's
got 1
damaged.
point in 9.
But it's damaged.
I think we're gonna find a lot about Slot after the international break. I think they've got 5 games in 2 weeks. I think.
Yeah.
They got Southampton on the 24th November.
that's a
Then
win.
they've got Real Madrid
Madrid.
on the 27th.
Yeah.
And they've got Man City on the 1st.
Newcastle
Newcastle away on the
and
4th,
Everton
and then
away.
Everton away on the 7th.
Tough
Ooh,
games.
that's a.
And
that's
that's like
That's where you-
that's what I'm saying.
That's why I said it's 10 games early. But that
because
on the other side of that, let's look at Liverpool's
Yeah.
got Slot
Yeah.
more there. In general, in football, you know, football,
Yeah.
by December you can kind of see a lot
Yeah.
more of a picture.
Yeah,
And I think that, like you just said, that period is really
That's
good.
a crazy
It's
that's a
season
tough
defining.
period.
Season
Because
defining.
if he comes out of those 5 games with 4 or 3 wins and a draw, then
good.
that's
Very good.
perfect.
That's basically winning title.
Yeah,
that's-
because
yeah,
those
that's
are all
very-
tough games, and there's 2 away games. Everton,
Yeah.
Newcastle are crazy.
That's
Yeah.
very good. Okay, let's move on to Spurs versus Aston Villa. Spurs getting a 4-1 win. brilliant result from Spurs. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't even hate on this one. Villa's obviously a tough side. Villa's been playing really well. Villa are still above in the league. They're 6th in the league, above Spurs. So Spurs needed this. Yeah, Spurs needed this. Villa currently are also a bit struggling a little bit. You know,
Champions League flu, man.
Yeah, Champions League flu. But listen, great results from Spurs. Villa took the lead early on, 30 minutes in. Morgan Rogers pouncing off, a scramble on the line. Second half, Spurs came out. Different kind of Spurs, man. Brennan Johnson got the first goal. Great ball from him and Son on the left foot.
Tactical changes,
man. That guy's there.
And tactical
great
changes.
changes. Dominic Solanke, unbelievable game as well from him. Unbelievable game, 2 goals, and then Madison.
No, forget Richarlison. Basuma was the one that changed the game. Came off from Bentancur, and he said, "I'm getting the ball forward." He just kept rushing the ball forward. Bentancur slows it down. He just kept getting the ball forward.
Yeah,
reading between the lines.
Yeah, Madison's free kick was.
That was the icing on the cake. The game was done by them. Great.
Kulusevski.
I was shocked he was on the bench for the game though.
No, I wasn't. He's not been that good recently.
Pape Matar. What a player.
He's so good, man.
What a player. I don't like raving about Spurs players, but this guy, he was involved in everything good Spurs related that game. Like, everything started through him. That ball carrier that a lot of teams need. We need that. Declan Rice, of course, has that ball carrying abilities, but he's not being played in those kind of positions where he's been able to do that. But Pape Matar, you look at him, and he's kind of like the first phase and the second phase. He gets the ball from deep. He'll carry it, move on to the next person, and then the Kulusevski will do that nice through ball. The Son will get the assist. And Sar's not getting nothing on the stat sheet, but he is so important, bro. And that's why I wasn't surprised that
he's
Madison
the heart of that team
because Sar played so good.
So Madison's probably lost his spot then.
Not full time, but I like the fact that Andrew isn't scared to drop.
Why
James Madison?
Why I think he's lost his spot is Kulusevski's playing in that role.
I was just about to say Kulusevski in that role.
He's been brilliant the last 3 games. He's been quality.
Kulusevski.
That front three.
You struggled to pronounce it in some.
I said Kulusevski.
That front four for Sweden.
I thought it was a Paul Konchesky.
Good one.
Konchesky, remember?
Go ahead, the front what?
I was saying that front 4 for Sweden is a problem, but that's fine.
But no,
Kulusevski. Your boy.
Yeah, Kulusevski's been he's been a revelation this season. That's why James Madison's dropped to the bench. James Madison tried.
He's their best, in my opinion.
Madison tried to do the sexy thing.
He's their best midfielder.
Let me drop deep and get
Kulusevski for sure.
He's their best
midfielder. Even
midfielder.
that assist that he made for the first Solanke goal, like the initiative to do that, because I think Brandon Johnson took that touch inside, and Kulusevski just came in through and just made that, because he had to make it that second. Otherwise,
the finish was great as well.
The finish, of course, was.
I love those finishes.
Great thing, but he is.
But
that role that Andrew's got him in this season.
Yeah, Villa got the Champions League flu, man. The European flu.
Yeah,
them teams that they don't know how to act like they've been there before. They come back to the league and they just say, "Damn."
I think it's. I think that's probably their first really bad performance this season, in my opinion. Yeah,
not bad. But they've dropped a lot of points after Champions League games. After Champions League game, there's a run right now they're on. And after the Champions League games, they will draw or lose.
Yeah.
Like it happened after the Bayern game. I think they
United.
No. Was it after Bayern?
1-1 with Bournemouth.
And then I think they
1-1 with Bournemouth.
It might have been not Girona. They beat someone else. Bologna, right?
And they drew
they're top of the Champions League.
They're top of the Champions League.
Yeah, they drew to
Bournemouth.
No, you're right, but I'm saying in terms of the actual performance.
Performance was terrible.
This was probably their first really terrible. Because I don't think the Man United performance was terrible. It was stale, but it wasn't as terrible. I think also Bournemouth.
They don't have that spark.
They didn't finish their chances. They should have won that game.
It's Watkins as well. Watkins.
But this wasn't after a Champions League game though.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of rust. Like I remember I seen something. I was hearing it on TalkSport at the beginning of the season when Watkins came back from the Euros. Unai Emery told him to take a long holiday. Told him to take a longer holiday than everyone else. Yeah. And I think he had his first or second training session before the first game of the season. And then he just came back in rusty. Then you've got John Duran who's popping off at the beginning.
Yeah.
So right now he's stuck. It's like, do I throw John Duran in and take out Watkins, who was our guy last season, or do I just stick with my guy Watkins up front?
It's because the reason why he's got that dilemma is because the relationship between Morgan, Rogers, and Watkins is really, really good.
But the chance
that he doesn't want to disrupt that.
But there was a chance. There was a chance that Watkins had when Rogers put him through, and he had it on his left foot. He touched the ball out. It was on his left foot, and he dragged it and went almost to the corner flag. Yeah. And those are the chances. If you've given that John Duran on his favourite left foot.
But to be fair, John Duran was playing. Was it the Bournemouth game where he
hasn't started in a while in the league.
Who did he not come? Didn't
Watkins got taken off and he went crazy.
And he went crazy.
When he went nuts.
Yeah, see, he was playing.
I can't remember.
I think it was the
Bournemouth subbed him off. I think 55 minutes.
Bournemouth came down unfortunate. Evan Nelson scored in like the 96th minute. But listen, I don't think there's. Of course, Spurs this game, rightfully so won it. Second half display was unbelievable from Spurs. But obviously Villa, bad result for them. But I don't think there's alarm bells. They're top of the Champions League table while still competing in the Premier League. It's out 18
Still living
points.
the dream, man.
Same
They're living
points,
the dream,
joint
man.
points of Arsenal and Chelsea,
Yeah.
a point behind Forest. Like they're a point behind third place in the Premier League. This is Aston Villa. This isn't. We're not talking about Arsenal or
of course.
City or Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's Aston Villa, a point behind third place whilst the best team currently in the Champions League.
Yeah.
They're having a great season, but this one is all about Spurs. I think Spurs.
And they had the same similar result or similar sort of.
I think it's a one-off game.
No, I'm saying against Spurs. It happened last season as well, where I think at Villa Park, it was just a calamity. Like I don't know what it is, but Spurs seem to have their number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems like one of them
But
ones.
Solanke though, I want to quickly touch on Solanke because he scored 2 goals. Solanke.
Solanke.
How am I meant to say his name?
Is that like an Asian guy?
How am I meant to say his name? Go on.
Solanke.
Solanke doesn't make
Solanke.
Why does it make sense? It doesn't.
It sounds like a slander. Dude.
Okay, regardless. Anyway,
Who's
he's
it?
2 goals.
Say that again. Who's talking about?
Sorry, man. Dominic Solanke. There you go. Yeah. There you
No,
go.
but there's certain names where it's like it's harder to get it wrong.
But yeah, Mr. Disagree to agree. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Go on, Solanke.
I don't want to hear it,
completely
man.
fine.
But what I'm saying is, even though he scored 2 goals, and I think now he's starting to get into his goal scoring bag. The biggest thing I was impressed with was, you see what he did when he lost the ball. You see what he did when he lost the ball. He lost the ball and he chased down and won the ball back. For me, I don't know. I have a thing for that.
Yeah, of course.
When I see attacking players losing balls and then just chasing players down just to win the ball back, and I think even though he
Alexis
wasn't,
Sanchez used to do that. at Arsenal.
yeah. But for me, it's like even though he hasn't been on a scoring run, his work rate and what he provides for Tottenham is I can see why Spurs
He's
fans.
no Harry Kane, man.
Yeah, but not even that. They're a lot more. They're not harsh on him or they're not hard on him, and it's because of the fact that they can see what he also brings to the team when he's not scoring. And I think it's I think now that he's got his goal scoring bag, it's there. Why is that such a
Solanke's. I've never heard goals in Solanke. Yeah.
Solanke? Why does that?
Yeah, you know Spurs have scored the most goals in the league this season. The most goals.
Really?
In the league.
Surprising.
22
That's
goals.
surprising me still.
But they need to fix their defense as well. I mean, to be fair, listen, 11 goals conceded, same as Arsenal, same as City. We're speaking about it, so it's not that bad. It's just that they need to just get the wins. They've got 5 wins and 4 losses.
Yeah.
You know, 4 losses is a lot, and those losses were to
Vicario
Arsenal,
for the
obviously,
set piece was
Palace,
hilarious.
Brighton. Yeah,
He's a joke at set pieces.
Vicario.
He's so funny at set pieces. It's just put the ball on his head and
Not
he's-
enough. Yeah, he hasn't got enough presence. It feels like, you know.
I don't know. And they don't have a set piece coach, remember?
Yeah, they need one.
It's just a freestyle in there.
I'm sure they do, man.
I don't remember Anne talking about set
Zonal,
piece
is
coaches
it not
and all that
zonal?
kind of stuff. Whatever they do.
Does
man.
And do the set pieces?
I'd be hilarious if he does a set pieces.
Is it not
It'd
the
make more sense.
Doesn't it? If they
does
don't
it
have
not
a set piece,
zone? Does he? They do zone,
Zonal,
don't
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zonal's the worst for me. I think
I hate
man
zonal.
man marking is the best
Zonal's
when it comes
awful,
to
man.
corners. Because you know
Zonal's
who's lost
awful.
their man.
Yeah.
Zonal is people can run onto you.
Yeah.
And it's long.
And it's not even that.
And
Like,
also, you can kind of break. You can kind of break that if it's zone, because if they're marking certain places, if one player is marking this zone, you can just double up on that one player.
Yeah.
And just because he's marking that zone, one of those players can.
yeah. I hate zonal. Zonal's the worst.
Man marking's the
I've
best.
never been a fan of zonal marking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best.
But shout out Spurs.
Shout out to Tottenham, man. Good result for you
You
guys.
used to play for them, innit?
No.
You did. Why not?
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether I would have killed or not. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Mm.
Big up Tottenham though for that result. It's a good result. You guys, fair play. Good result.
They got Sharky's heart.
Good result. Yeah. Wolves versus Crystal Palace. Next 2-2 result. Wolves have failed to win any of the opening 10 games of the season. They haven't won a single game. But they've drawn 3, lost 7 for only the 3rd time in their history. As Wolves were losing 1-0, Gary Neville made 3 subs. The Wolves fans responded with a round of "You don't know what you're doing." His own fans. Minutes later, it was 2-1 to Wolves. Still 2-1 up. So they don't know what they're talking about apparently. But then again, Wolves did concede again.
They were right.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
No, but
They almost lost the game at the end.
His changes made them go from 1-0 down to 2-1
They
up.
almost lost the game at the end
But
as well.
Palace, of course, their centre backs were the stars of the show. Trevor Chalobah and Mark Gahey.
Yeah, the
scoring
Cobham
both
boys. The
goals.
Cobham boys are having a great weekend. They had a great weekend.
Yeah,
by the way.
Chelsea
Livramento,
boys.
The
Hall.
Chelsea boys, you got Livramento, you had Hall man of the
Ola
match.
Aina.
Yeah,
Speak about
Callum
that.
Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah.
It's a good weekend for the Cobham
Yeah,
boys, I'll be
yeah,
real.
yeah.
But to be fair, they're spread around the Premier League.
Solanke's a Cobham boy as well.
Solanke.
Who?
Yeah, he is.
Solanke.
Yeah, Solanke as well. 2
He's a
goals.
Cobham boy as well.
Solanke.
Yeah, it's a good weekend for them, man.
It was.
Salunk.
It was.
Oh,
Nah,
is that
Chelsea
Chelsea
seeds are
before
all over the Premier League.
Yeah. Chelsea.
Is that Chelsea Academy?
Yeah.
He was
He-
the best.
They say
Yeah.
that's what the team that he was in was one of the greatest,
Oh,
probably the greatest,
the greatest I've seen.
academy
Who
team
else
ever.
was-
I was
Who
a
else
Chelsea under 21s fan.
Who else
I'm
is
allowed
from
to be in
there?
bed. Huh? That team. I could take the whole start lineup. Jamal Blackman in goal, Ola Aina right back, Jada Silva left back, centre backs so Nathan Ake and Christian Christensen.
Yeah.
Midfield they used to change around a lot.
Mason Mount.
Mason
Mount.
way too young. Charlie Musunda, Charlie Colkett, Lewis Baker, Loftus-Cheek will be in there as well. Alex Kwamia, Dominic Solanke, Tammy Abraham. That team was insane.
They had a crazy team.
They would win every FA Youth Cup back to back because those days I was going to Arsenal.
They used to show it on
games.
TV.
Yeah.
They used to show it on ITV. I remember.
They used to bully teams.
Bro, they
Yeah.
every
They
game.
used to bully teams.
Tammy Abraham, Dominic Solanke, they had like a season where they scored more goals than Messi and Suarez and that. They scored like 76 goals combined or some shit like that. That's in the season. Abraham and Solanke was scary, bro.
And both of them didn't really live up to.
No, but they both
up to the Chelsea height. Chelsea height.
Solanke
Both
is
good careers, but
Spurs,
not the Chelsea height.
Isn't it Spurs all-time record signing or something?
Yeah.
And Tammy's won the Champions League.
Yeah, and he's in Serie A now, isn't it?
Yeah.
AC Milan.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously, Chelsea's seeds are spread across the Champions League.
Yeah.
Not Premier League.
Also.
But that's because their academy system's crazy. Like they have like the whole loan squad. They have also from
They got
young.
Vitesse
I think
as well,
from
innit,
young
that they send
they
players to.
spend more money from Abramovich. They spend more money on the academy, so they get the best 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds from the country to come and sign for Chelsea because they give them better treatment. I think.
Yeah.
So like the kids will get picked up from home in a taxi, walk to training, brought back home, have the best treatment. So all the best kids will go to Chelsea, grow up, sell for a lot of money, and
Makes
become
sense,
great.
man. Good
Works, man,
investment.
it works,
It's a good
yeah.
investment.
They spent a lot of money on their
Portuguese
academy.
way.
They spent a lot of money. Oh, but the Portuguese, Benfica,
Benfica have the best export. Benfica, Ajax. Ajax have got crazy.
The
export.
Masias was not a bad one.
Yeah, La
That's
Masia has got-
usually the best ones. They stay.
Real Madrid
They
got
don't
a
sell for a lot of
decent-
money.
Oh, Real Madrid,
Real
Hakimi,
Madrid,
and them
it's-
kind of
It's
players.
Benfica, Ajax,
But
Southampton.
bro,
Southampton, yeah.
Hey,
No, but Benfica and Ajax are unrivaled though.
No,
Them
that's
two are just ridiculous when it comes to talent. I'm
Scary.
saying.
They finesse people.
It's sport.
They finesse people.
Spawn, they just got Ronaldo.
Benfica but finesse people.
And Nani.
I can
Fake Ronaldo.
Charisma as well.
Bro, Benfica finesse people though, bro.
Yeah, Benfica
They
finesse.
got
they-
Enzo. Look. Here, he played 6 months.
That's what they're for,
100 mil.
bro.
Who else did they
Darwin
have?
Nunes. Yeah.
No,
Take 80 mil, man.
no, but they say anyone.
Felix.
No, anyone that
Give us
has
115
one
mil.
good season at Benfica, you're 120 million.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
it's
crazy.
It's crazy.
It kills me.
It's crazy.
It's-
They make their debut. Here's a 100 mil release clause,
Yeah.
man.
That's crazy.
But going back to the Portuguese team of the Premier League,
Yeah,
Wolves.
it's no longer
Yeah.
the Portuguese.
No
team.
longer,
And I
but
think that's why they're in trouble right
Maybe because they were Premier League's Portuguese
Wolves
team.
fan?
They had a
To the point where they had a
Not
Portuguese.
really.
They
Oh,
have a
yeah.
kid. They had a Portuguese
Yeah,
kid.
you have a little-
They're like the red one. I remember the red one.
They did have
Yeah,
a
they had the red
Portuguese,
kit.
They
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a close connection with Jorge Minch
Yeah.
at the time, and I think that's kind of died
That's
out.
why.
I don't
Yeah.
see any of his players that he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
Going
a lot
over
of
And
Guedes.
it's funny
all these
because as
kind
soon as that stopped, and then the Portuguese management has gone as well,
Yeah.
looks
But
like
what
a
the owners
shambles.
Portuguese?
No.
Oh, okay.
They just had like a partnership with his agency.
Okay,
so
Yeah, of
okay.
course.
But they
And
almost won at the
manager,
end, Palace.
Nuno Santos was.
Yeah.
They almost won at the end.
Santos,
There was a
Bruno
disallowed
Lage.
goal,
Yeah.
which I think was rightfully disallowed.
It was
Jose
right
Zar had the
yeah.
ball. He had control of the ball,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah.
it was actually quite a good game because it was it the 5:30 kickoff? It wasn't
Yeah.
a 5:30 kickoff. Was it?
It
was
was,
the
Wasn't
it
it?
was.
And everyone was
On
like,
Saturday.
5:30. Wolves Crystal Palace. It ended up being a good game.
Yeah, it was
5
good.
goals. I mean,
Every
four
Premier
goals,
game, I'll
actually,
be
yeah.
real with you. Nowadays, Premier League games, it doesn't matter what
Exciting,
you're
man.
watching. They're
Exciting.
entertaining, bro.
They're no
They
longer
don't matter.
FIFA
Yeah, they're
game.
not. Yeah.
Fulham, Brentford just now.
Today
I
on the
watched
Monday-
it.
Monday night
I
game.
didn't even see that game.
Crazy.
Yeah, ending
didn't see
crazy
the
ending
game,
to that game.
Mad ending. But yeah, Wolves
Yeah.
rock bottom of the league, man.
I said a couple weeks ago, Graham O'Neill should keep his job. I don't think he's gonna keep his job. I don't think he deserves it.
I can't
I
keep saying
think
they're
it's-
unfortunate, but I feel like they're unfortunate.
They're not
Like
unfortunate.
to the
They're
point,
not
I just think you know what? Okay, I think they deserve to be that like down there because their defense is ridiculous. They concede too many goals. It's not good down there in defense, but they've got good players and they've been unlucky sometimes.
Yeah.
They've a few games that they've been unlucky. That City game, they were unlucky.
I think Arsenal should just
City-
go there, take
no,
Joao Gomez.
no, but that City game, bro.
Nice.
John Stones scored 95th minute
Yeah.
against them. The
Yeah.
Newcastle game at home where Harvey Barnes scored a belter, like they were winning.
Even
The
this
Aston
one as
Villa
well.
game, they were winning until Villa scored a couple late goals with
This game, Crystal Palace game as
Watkins and Duran. Crystal Palace, they were winning 2-1. Like, there's a few games they should have had a couple
Yeah.
wins. Like,
Yeah.
The fact they have 0 wins in 10
Liverpool
games.
scored late goals.
2
as
points,
well.
right? Or is it
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Is it 2 points or 1 point?
They
They've drawn
have
3 games.
3 points,
3
3
points.
draws, 7 losses. The fact that they have 0 wins, I think is unfair. Not unfair, but unlucky.
Yeah.
I think maybe they could have 2 wins or whatever.
Relegation-
Noni might have been right.
relegation
Still not enough,
battle
but
you need.
Too many. Yeah,
Madueke might have been
the
right.
defense as well.
Madueke
Everything
might have been
about
right,
this
man.
place is shit. But yeah, they got Southampton at home next, so that has to be their first win, surely.
I think this
Southampton-
was
that's the
was
one
this
they have.
If not, then
weekend.
they're
I think
definitely
this
in trouble.
weekend all of the bottom 6 played each other. I think this weekend.
Is
Past.
it?
Or it's next weekend. It's one of the two.
The next one, I think. Yeah.
I think it's the next one. All the bottom 6. It might have been this one. Wolves, Crystal Palace.
Oh yes, the bottom 6. Yeah, Wolves
Yeah,
played
yeah.
Palace. Southampton played Everton.
It was a battle of the
Yeah.
6 pointers this weekend.
Oh wow.
Ipswich played Leicester. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, Wolves unlucky. I mean, both of them. There was a draw. They got a point each, shared point. You know, one of them games where they're both struggling in the league. Palace only have 1 win. Wolves have 0 and 10.
Yeah.
They're both struggling somewhat, and no one managed to get the win. But we'll move on now to the next game, which was this one. I actually like this one. Forest. Nottingham Forest. I don't know why they're this far down. Nottingham Forest are 3rd in the league right now. Nuno Espirito Santos boys are 3rd in the league. Portuguese manager.
Not good enough.
Doing really well. Apparently they're not good enough, as Rui wants to remind
You
you.
don't remember what happened when he was at Spurs? You don't remember
Yeah,
that?
but
Yeah?
Didn't give him time.
He's
you know?
been more good than shit.
This is
Wolves
what I'm
was
saying
great.
to you. Let's move on, man. Go on, man. This guy talking about Nuno.
Forest are
I'm talking about
3rd
Jose. You
in
want to
the
talk about
league.
Nuno, man? Get out of
Forest
here, man.
are 3rd in the league. Well, he's 3rd in the league right now. And they just beat West Ham 3-0. And the vibes look amazing in that dressing room.
Send them back to East London, man.
The vibes look amazing in that dressing room.
You see the Ola- you see the Ola-
Yeah, I saw it.
Hilarious.
Ola Aina, Elanga, Callum
Yeah, but
Hudson-Odoi.
have you seen? Do you see their vlogs? Like, none of it was.
Yeah,
like
Aina
the
snaps,
snaps,
birthday
yeah,
snaps.
yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
they do YouTube videos as well.
Yeah,
didn't
that's
see
what I'm saying. Have you
YouTube
ever seen
videos. I
it?
didn't see
Yeah,
it.
it's actually good.
Yeah,
So they're just vibing out there, man.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
vibes.
enjoying
is
themselves.
I see the vibes there. Forest, Fulham,
Yeah.
all those London boys. Like
Yeah.
the vibes, and some of them are, like I said, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Alanga, obviously United.
Yeah.
These players now they're finding a home. Hudson-Odoi and Ola Aina, obviously Chelsea. And
They're good
Alanga.
talents that have.
They're finding a
yeah.
home at.
Hudson-Odoi's got
These
the
kind of
goals
level of
quality
clubs.
as well.
They need to
Hudson-Odoi
be
has that
nurtured.
in
They've
him.
got managers that are nurturing
Yeah.
them right now.
Yeah,
but they absolutely annihilate.
We'll speak about Callum Hudson-Odoi and Ola Aina, but the first one I speak about is Chris Wood.
Oh, he's up to no
He's
good.
up to no
He's up to
good.
no good.
Chris Wood up to
He
no
might
good.
join the 100 club.
Nah,
No, he's going to. He's going to. What's he on now?
He's gonna join the 100
What's he
club.
on? He must be on 78.
He's touching near.
He might be on
78
80
now.
now.
He's
Sure,
We're gonna check
he's got
right
8
now.
goals this season
Yeah,
I'm gonna check
touching.
right now for you
in
guys.
10 games.
It's like 77, 78 maybe.
I feel
Scary.
like there's always a season like this where
77,
strikers
78?
breaks out like this.
Welbeck's doing it. Alanga
Yeah.
Wood's doing it. Yeah, it's
So right now,
he's on 8 league goals this season.
we are on Chris Wood up to no good. 77. I think it might be 78 though.
Okay.
I think it might be 78.
But this is not SDS anymore. This is the Chris Wood podcast.
It is a Chris
Oh, is
Wood.
this the Wood podcast?
This is the Wood
CW.
podcast.
So the Wood podcast.
The Wood podcast because we only support
Wood.
We only support
So
Wood.
what we should do? Start doing. We should have
Wood
Chris
segment.
Wood. No, we should have like a counter. We just, every time we talk about Nottingham
Wood
Forest,
only.
we just have Chris Wood goals.
So it's only
So-
Wood.
No. We're just showing.
Just the
his-
Wood
his
segment.
journey to obviously we wanted.
come
to
on,
get,
man.
We wanted to get 100 goals, right?
Yeah,
In
of
the Premier
course.
League.
That's our aim.
So we should have every time we're talking about Nottingham,
A goal
we have
meter.
we have a goal.
A Wood
for-
meter.
So this week he's on 78.
So we
and
measure
keep-
Wood's.
So the
we,
Wood
we
gets
measure
performances.
we measure his Wood to see how long it takes
And the more
for him
goals.
to reach that goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Wood
Yeah.
meter.
So
The
the
Wood
more
meter.
goals, the Wood gets bigger.
That's what
Yeah.
it is. The more goals,
Look
Wow.
at
The
that.
Wood keeps
And,
going
and,
up.
we- and guess what we're sitting on
Yeah.
right now? Wood.
Wow.
All 4 of us are sitting on Wood right now.
right? We're all sitting on Wood.
Up to
Well, we're
no
not sitting on
good.
Wood. We got our hands resting on Wood.
We're sitting on Wood. Like we're on
Yeah.
it. We're leaning on it.
Second top scorer in the league, Chris Wood. Scored again.
Yeah,
Up to no good for real.
he's not to know.
You know, Nuno's, what's he cooking over there, man?
Hmm?
And whatever he's cooking over there, I like it. 'cause
That
this
back
team-
5 is quality.
You look at this team, but it's really good though, because the goalkeeper Sells, he's nominated for Player of the Month.
Yeah.
Right? That back 4, of course,
Murillo.
alongside
Oh, he has to be manager of the month. as well.
Murillo,
Yeah.
100%. Murillo, Milinkovic
Milinkovic.
now is like they
Great
almost,
partnership.
units.
Moreno, they
With
took from
Alex
Villa.
Moreno,
Yeah.
that was on loan from Villa, and Ola Aina as well.
Yeah.
That I love it so much. Dominguez and Ryan Yates.
Moreno, he's the common denominator. He might be the guy.
Moreno, innit?
Yeah, he might be the one.
Alex
He
Moreno.
might, wherever he goes,
think so, you know.
wherever he goes, the team just gets better.
Yeah.
he might be the problem. It might be him, you know.
I think so, Alex Moreno. And then Yates and Dominguez. And then that trio behind the
three,
striker,
yeah.
Elanga, Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs White,
Right.
with a
And
striker
then you got
like
Elliot
Chris Wood.
Anderson as well, who just comes in,
Elliot
slots
Anderson.
in easy.
And then a
It's just
striker
like-
like Chris Wood who just looks and is like, I can
Up
finish.
to no good.
Yeah.
It works.
Working. It's
Yeah, it's
working.
crazy.
Santo and Forest were a team like Chelsea where they had too much of a big squad. I remember
Yeah.
their squad was too big.
Yeah.
They signed too many players.
Yep.
And just like Enzo, he said, "This is my team. I know my team now." I feel like Nuno's done that, and boy, is he finding.
And all he
it.
keeps
And
saying
they got
is
options
that
on the bench as well, which is nice.
Bro,
as
they
well.
got Ward Prowse, obviously
Yeah.
not even playing right now.
One year.
Danilo,
1
and,
year,
Danilo and Sangare are injured, so
Yeah.
they're not even getting looked at right now. And then Awoni's coming on off the bench. Anderson's coming on off the bench. Jota's coming off the bench.
They got good teams.
There's
no surprise where they are now.
Ramon Sosa's coming on off the bench.
Nah, it's a surprise.
I had them relegated. I had to get relegated.
I love had them.
Bro, he's still talking about getting that 40 points. That's what he keeps talking about.
I hear it though.
4-point threshold. Bro, you're third. Forget about that. Talk about getting Europe.
40 points. We're closer to the 40 points. All right.
Trying to take Nottingham Forest back to the promised land.
This is the great Nottingham Forest.
It is a mind game.
This is the great Nottingham Forest.
2 Champions Leagues, man.
Yeah.
Brian Clough's
top 5.
Nottingham
There's
Forest.
only one. There's one.
Top 6.
Top 6.
No. There's no. What do you call it?
Top 6. I know what you're saying.
No,
There's a team that's
look
not
at the
Champions League.
imposter. There's
There
an
you go.
imposter among us in that top 6.
There you go.
There is an
It took you a
imposter.
while to get there. It took you a while to get
That's
there.
the word I was looking for.
Do you think this is how he is when he teaches? So guys,
Yeah.
guys, what's the word? Guys, help me with the word.
You're meant to know.
Yeah, 15 minutes into the lesson.
Crazy. I'm actually decent. Still. But anyway,
West Ham on the other hand.
yeah.
How does Lopetegui keep getting jobs?
How did you not get sacked yet?
That's what.
Because he beat.
He should have been like.
It was a Sakiko of United,
Yeah.
and he won.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sakiko.
They should have
Yeah.
let him on the bus. You know, on the bus.
Sakiko
On the
stay.
bus, they should have said, "Catch train back." The man are going back on the coach.
Yeah.
Because that is mad.
Bro,
you know,
this
they let
guy's
him back
been
on the
poor
coach.
at every club he's gone to. and
You know that
still keeps
NFL meme
getting
when the
jobs.
guy's tapping in the code at the door.
Yeah.
They should have
Yeah.
done that when he was walking back in with all the players. They should just change his code.
Code. I say he can't get in.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
what were you gonna say?
No, he's been poor at every club he's been to. Poor.
He's been shocking.
He's been shocking.
He was bad.
It started from Spain.
Yeah.
When he had that, when he put
That
the
started from
Real
Porto,
Madrid
Yeah.
job on his LinkedIn.
They said
Everything ever since then, it's just gone downhill for him.
Nah, it was poor at Porto, man.
Yeah, it was poor
Very
as well.
poor.
Let's see.
Very
You know, I'm interested now to see
Where?
Forest's next few games because it's all about Liverpool's tough fixtures. Forest in their next 5
They've got
games.
a tough month.
You know, in the next 5 games.
Yeah.
Forget that. Let's even go
They've got a tough month.
6 games, right? They've got away games to Arsenal, City, and United, and they've got home games to Newcastle and Villa, with 1 game against Ipswich.
I mean, but what's the expectation though?
Yeah.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Before the season, it was probably
yeah.
just get a win at
It's
Ipswich.
the 40 points.
What I'm saying
the
is
40
now
points.
it's like let's see how because you're going away to Arsenal, City, and United.
They go
and
to
then
away
you
to
got-
Arsenal.
Going away to Arsenal next week.
You in trouble, man.
What about you? What about you?
Don't worry about it. We got
They're
new
gonna
manager.
wait
We got
tonight
new.
as
We got
well.
new manager bounce. Don't worry, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change our lives, man.
That'll be a Portuguese
You in trouble, man.
classic.
But to be
In
fair,
Langadagga,
I think
you
you're
in
playing
trouble,
us and Forest in the same week.
Is it? I need to come to that game, by the way. You sort me out.
I don't sort you for nothing.
Oh, December 4th.
So what? I
I
not
ain't
sort me out.
sorting nothing.
You're not
Ask
sorting me
someone
out.
else. You don't deserve shit from me.
You want to see the.
You don't deserve.
You see, you're missing an opportunity. It's a missed opportunity because if you
What?
dunk on us, it's good for you, content-wise, for
Look how he's
SDS,
trying
for
to
your
sell it.
phone.
The pros and cons. Look how he's trying to
like-
sell it.
See, if Arsenal beat us, look at the type of content you be getting.
Why don't you be a
You're
real?
not thinking about the big
Why don't you
picture.
be a real
You're
United
not
fan and buy
thinking
away
about the big
ticket?
Whether you're there, the stadium, or not.
Yeah,
Why would
listen,
change the
listen,
context?
Why don't you buy an away
Listen,
ticket like everyone else?
Yeah, facts. Sit in the way.
So, whoa,
I'm
Mr.
Arsenal fan. I'm
What,
Arsenal
yeah.
fan.
Sit in the way.
I'm an Arsenal
Yeah,
fan.
so you can't say that to me. So, anyways, what I'm saying is, yeah, get that sorted for me, man.
Get
Yeah,
it
get that
sorted,
sorted.
man.
Wow, tell him
Not
as
even a
well.
please.
Yeah,
He's not
that's
asking.
Tell him,
He's telling
he's
you.
crazy. He lost his whole mind.
That's crazy.
Yeah, big up to Forest. Tough
I
games
see you at the
coming
game,
up.
though.
Hey,
I see you at the game.
hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sort that, man.
I'll see you outside the stadium. Don't worry. Yeah.
Outside the stadium.
I'll look at. I will bust it like I don't know.
Wow, say that, man. Say
Who's
that.
this guy?
Sorry, man. My real,
Do you know
my
this
real
guy?
boy.
Oh,
you want to take a
No,
picture?
my real boy was sorting me out, man. My real dog, the guy that I knew for 20 years. Yeah, he was sorting
Exactly.
me
Why
out. Yeah, he
asking
was sorting
me?
me out. Because you,
I can't lie. I think you missed that.
My brother
train,
Chucks,
you
my
know.
brother
I think
Chucks
you
was sorting me
missed- I think
out.
you missed that train, you know.
Is it? Is it? No,
missed that
I'm
train.
messaging, man. He watches the pod. He put it
luck with
out.
that
Don't he
one,
sorted me out, man.
I
He
think
sorted
you
me
missed that
out.
train,
So
you know.
don't worry, man. He's gonna dash someone out there for me.
Good luck with that.
It's
one, man.
substitution.
It's gonna be me, you and him.
Substitution like that.
Last
Somebody
couple
stay at home,
games-
man.
Last couple games, Fulham beat Brentford today, 2-1. Crazy ending to that West London derby. Brentford are now gone 12 games without a clean sheet. They keep conceding. That's another one. They have now blown league high 14 points from winning positions this season. They've taken the lead a lot of times and they've blown it. And this one, they thought they had it right till the very end. Of Janot scoring the only goal of the game. Harry Wilson coming on in the 82nd minute, scoring in 2 goals after the 90th minute. One of them being an unbelievable finish.
Flick.
The flick, which was crazy.
Goal of season contender.
Yeah,
All the season
definitely.
contender for sure. But yeah, listen, Fulham to the 2-0 win. Brentford, man, what is going on there? Thomas Frank's a great coach. Thomas Frank was someone that potentially could have came to United.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I hear it.
Alhamdulillah,
I
man.
hear it.
You're not feeling him.
You lot got Amaral
He's
quick
just-
though.
it's just, like, he's a good manager, But Brentford, small pond, man. That's a small pond, man.
Would have been a big move.
Yeah, it would be too much for him, man. I think
been
like
David Moyes.
Fuizzi says, the pitch is too big, man. The pitch, I think the pitch would have been too big for him, man.
But listen, I mean, at Brentford, he's been doing really well. But this season, it seems like they're struggling a lot more.
Yeah.
They're getting those goals. They're getting the lead, but they just conceded too much, man. 19 goals scored, 20 conceded. They're sitting in 12th place right now.
Which ain't bad as well, to be honest.
Sounds pretty
It's
Brentford.
not bad. It's Brentford.
Yeah.
It's
Sounds
Brentford.
pretty
Well,
Brentford.
because
We're not
I expect it,
expecting-
yeah, like they're gonna be around.
The
where's
stadium's
Fulham
next to
right
the
now?
stadium's next to
Is
the
that
A40. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Fulham are 9th.
True.
Fulham on
Like,
top.
it's
Fulham are
now.
9th. Yeah, Fulham are now into the top 10. They're
Another
G-Tech,
coach
but they
is
never
managing
got.
them.
They never did any checking, man.
Mm.
G-Tech, but no checking. That's crazy, man.
What?
That's crazy, man.
Look, I heard the first time. I tried to like let him.
I didn't even hear what he
I
said.
wanted to move past it. He said it again.
What did
And
you
now
say?
we've got to
Repeat?
address it. What the hell does that mean?
Wait, what
That
did
was your saying. When you
What?
come to the G-Tech,
You
G-Tech.
get G-checked.
That's it, G-Check. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
G-Check.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
When
what
you come to the
FM.
G-Tech.
I manage Brentford FM. So
So
what
what
happened
happened
to
this
the
week?
G-check? They get G-checked.
So what happened this week, though? I know you went to Craven Cottage. It was Craven Cottage, right?
Yeah,
What, just
it was
now?
Craven,
Yeah,
in
this
real
game,
life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Craven Cottage.
Craven. What happened, man? You're the gaffer. You need to
No,
talk to us.
virtually I'm the
No,
manager.
you need to talk to us. You
I
need to
finished
talk
third with them last season.
to us. Yeah, like
I'm struggling right now.
No trophies as well. I know you did. I know
It's
you
in
got no
his DNA.
trophies. Is it his
Brentford,
DNA?
bro.
This guy is in his blood.
I'm
Like,
Brentford.
it's in his blood, bro. Even in
I don't
games,
care. It's
even
not
in
about-
games, you can't win trophies. That's crazy.
It's not about the
Real
trophies.
life, your team doesn't win trophies.
not
In the
about
game, you don't win trophies.
When's the
Come
last
on,
time?
man.
It's not about the trophies.
Win something.
I don't know about
Yeah.
their online journey, but when's the last time you won a trophy on FM?
That one.
I won
Just
the
out
league of
curiosity,
Arsenal.
He won that. That's the last trophy he won.
I'm the most
That one
recent
there.
guy to win the league.
That's
bro.
the last trophy.
Man, match, I match.
Oh, no, that's the last one. That's the last one. then.
I won the league of even I didn't
Yeah.
deserve. I won the league of Arsenal.
Oh, you said that's a pretty one.
100%. I won the league of Arsenal.
Still a good achievement, though.
That's about. Listen, Brentford threw away another lead. What can they do? What can they do?
You're the gaffer. You gotta tell us.
I don't know what I'll do. But what I'm saying is, what I like about Fulham, though, one thing about Fulham,
Yeah.
that three behind Jimenez, Alex Iwobi,
Yeah.
Emil Smith-Rowe, and Reece Nelson.
It's a hell end.
That's the hell end right
Hale
there, man. Yeah, they're trying to do the comment
Hale
thing. It's not
end,
working,
man.
though. It's not working, though, man.
What's about cover?
Yeah.
Halen, bro.
Hale end, yeah.
Shout out to Hale, man.
That is mad weird looking at that.
That's like that's
That could have potentially been an Arsenal.
Cobham is like it's like almond milk. It's like
The game
like,
changed.
it's
a bit,
almond
bro.
milk.
Adama.
These are
it's better for you, though.
semi-skimmed.
Oh,
Hale
okay,
is semi-skimmed.
okay.
Semi-skimmed. Yeah.
Not good for you.
Dairy, dairy.
Makes you go
Yeah,
to the
makes your
toilet.
belly go. Yeah,
Makes you go to the toilet.
brrr. You hear that one?
Yeah.
Sounds there.
Lactose.
Yeah, lactose. Come on.
Water's fully brown.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
man.
You know, sometimes it slaps in the mornings when you put the, when
Yeah,
nice and cold and a sunny day.
But then by the time you get to work,
That's it. Yeah,
time to go.
That's what you hear. Brrr. Brrr.
This went left.
Yeah, big up to Fulham. Good result for you guys.
welcome.
Well done. Good home win for Fulham. Harry Wilson as well. Great result for Fulham. Harry Wilson, unbelievable.
Who you repping at Brentford or
cameo
Fulham?
from you. Huh?
Who would you repping? Fulham. You're more closer to Brentford, to be fair.
I am close to Brentford.
They lost.
Yeah,
because-
you're
do you know
close
why
to
they
Brentford.
lost? Because they live near AV.
I'm close to
Don't
Brentford.
mention that guy. son. That guy's name in this
He's a
podcast,
boogeyman.
man.
You know.
But yeah,
He's a
last
He's
two
actually-
games, Southampton got their first win of the season. Southampton won a Premier League game for the first time since March 2023, ending their longest ever winless run in the competition. Finally got a win against Everton, 1-0.
See their tweet as well.
No, what
I
did
think
they
they posted the Sean
The-
Dyche
the
meme,
meme,
but they just
yeah.
posted the wall. They didn't
Yeah.
post him.
Yeah.
They just posted the wall. I
Oh,
think it was their account.
Yeah,
It was
it's their
hilarious.
Did the Berta Diaz play?
You got a new trim.
What did Chilean? How do you know he got a new trim?
Because you know, see, it was all over socials. You know, see
Nah,
it?
what kind of trim do you
He
get?
got a transformation.
Same trim as
Yeah,
yours.
no, he lost. They said he lost the Diaz part in his name.
It's just back
So
to
he
He
Berta.
didn't even
Ben-
come on off the
Ben
bench, so
Berta.
his winless streak carries on.
Yeah,
You know he's never won a game in the Premier League.
He's terrible.
He played for
Never.
two teams.
And he never,
Sheffield-
and he never came on.
Shit, he didn't come on
That's
this
what I
match.
said.
And he's
Played for
fake
Sheffield
Chilean as
United
well.
last season and Southampton.
He might
now.
be the problem then.
He's never won a game in the Premier League.
That's crazy.
And even this game, they won. He didn't even come on.
Come on.
So he might be the problem.
Yeah.
He might be.
But did you think Bednarek should have got sent off? Do you think
I
Bednarek
just
should
seen
have
the
got sent off?
tweet.
They just posted the wall,
You can
innit?
see his ear.
Do you think Bednarek should have got sent off if any of you lot saw it?
The Hazard for doing that, innit? That's childish.
Just the ear, innit?
yeah. Alright, but we need more of that. Though.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that so
stuff,
much.
like,
I would
we need
love
more of
if you lot beat us or we beat you lot and you posted like a meme.
Yeah, no,
It'd be
I would
hilarious.
love
Yeah,
that. I love
man.
that.
I
It'd be
think
so
that's
funny, man.
I think
Admins
it's
need
football,
more.
Yeah,
man.
they need. That's what
Admins
it's
need
meant.
losing
That's,
the essence.
that's what it's meant for, though.
Yeah.
Entertainment,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
for
yeah.
fun.
It's
To
for
be
the
fun.
fans.
Yeah, what did you say?
I said, did you lot see Bednarek's yellow card?
I don't know, man. That's VAR checked it. Right?
Yeah, VR
But
checked it.
Stevens looked like he was close enough.
He looked close enough, but it was a weird
What do you
one.
think?
I think it was a yellow, but Everton saying it should have been a red, which I do get. He was kind of the last man, but the angle of the side of the picture was a bit.
Yeah.
He was on a far left.
I mean,
corner.
that seems like a controversial kind of.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
This season. There's been a few.
Yeah, this kind of.
Why do you think I brought it up?
It's gonna come.
Chelsea had one.
Yeah, Chelsea had one. Colwill.
Yeah,
but it was on the halfway line.
It's gonna come.
I can't think of any more.
Yeah.
Good. Let's move on then. Next game.
There's been a few ones this season, but big up Southampton for your first win.
Yeah.
Aaron Ramsdale with a clean sheet.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Jeez, my boy.
Don't get relegated, my brother.
My boy. Southampton is pretty hard not to, bro. It's pretty hard not to. The final game we'll speak about is Ipswich versus Leicester.
Ipswich got shanked as well. Should have got it.
Ayew scoring a 94th minute goal after Leif Davis scoring in the 55th minute and having a man down as well. Calvin Phillips.
That was a red
Full
card.
sorry for Calvin
What was
Phillips.
it? It was.
He's having a stink.
man?
No,
What's
I
wrong
can't
with
lie.
him, man?
He might be the problem.
I've not seen a
he's on a
career go
generator-
down that fast.
Yeah, no,
He's on a generational
generation.
stinky run. I
Yeah.
can't lie to you. Like, I've never seen a.
There's no saving
Like,
it.
yeah.
There's no
You know,
saving
it's the amount of bad stuff that's happened to him over the past 2 years. Yeah,
It's so funny.
Like,
man.
it's-
You just have to laugh.
Yeah, no,
you know,
it's
if you don't laugh,
massive.
you'll
It's
cry.
so deep. It's so deep.
But Jordan Ayew as well, can you speak about him? Because this guy scored two
Yeah, late
late
wins.
goals. Like, well, this
Yeah.
one's equaliser.
Yeah.
Late winner against
Yeah.
Southampton, like the 96th minute, and
Yeah.
late equaliser here, 94th
It was,
minute.
it was a good goal. It was a
Came
good
on
work
like
goal.
84th
Bro, the
minute.
Vardy
1-2.
flick was nice.
Yeah,
That was a great
1-2,
1-2.
yeah.
But I feel like Ipswich should have got pen though.
You reckon?
That was 100% pen. 100% pen.
Well, talk me through the incident. I didn't watch that game.
I think it was a corner,
Yeah.
drop down, left-footed player. I can't remember who the player was. He's jinked onto his left foot. The defenders run at him full speed, falling for the jink, but he's ran straight into him.
It's like the.
He's ran into
it's
him.
kinda-
Yeah.
What?
And he's
Imagine
dropped-
this. One thing I hear,
And then
like
Calvin Phillips got sent off because
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Because the ball dropped to the edge of box and then he fouled someone.
the thing is, yeah.
So the,
It's
like,
kind
the
of like the
consequence of it was
delay
crazy.
last week. With,
Yeah, yeah,
No, it was
West
worse
Ham.
than Dele.
But
It
it
was
was
worse than
but
Dele.
it was worse. But however,
Way more contact.
Penny not given.
Because
Whereas
you guys
last
had
week,
Penny
given.
last week, they
Yeah,
given.
and then
That's
I
consistency.
think
That's it.
McKenna
That's
came
what it
out
is,
after
yeah.
and said if it was I think he said it if it was a bigger team they would have got the pen.
Yeah, possibly.
I think it was a clear pen. Like, it was like a
Possibly,
clear
yeah.
pen, bro. He got
I
body
just felt like
body
if-
checked inside the box.
I feel like it should have been given a pen because of what happened last week.
Yeah.
But my opinion,
Yeah.
it's harsh to give a penny when it's
Yeah.
more of a coming together. I don't like.
It-
I don't like
for
giving
me-
penalties for
hard, yeah,
coming
it's hard.
together.
For me, it wasn't a
VAR's
coming together
never gonna
because
interfere for that
for
as
me
well.
it wasn't a coming together because the guy sent him with the drop of
Yeah.
his shoulder. So he sent him.
Yeah,
Guy defenders run
I see
into
what you
him,
mean,
clattered
yeah.
him, and then on top of that you get the Calvin Phillips red card straight after.
yeah,
Like, it's crazy.
yeah. That's football, man.
And Fatal for Leicester is another example
Abdul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of not wanting to play wing back. So when he said see you later,
Oh, the
Fatal for Leicester.
for Leicester.
Fatal.
Oh, okay.
Didn't want to play right wing back.
So he says to him safe.
See you later.
Had a great season in Championship last
Yeah, he
season.
did.
though. He did really well.
Yeah, 15.
I want to ask more questions, but yeah, in terms of
Shout out to the
Yeah.
1%ers as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you comment wood.
No, I just wanted to ask him in
Just wanna
terms
see a
of
lot of wood on the page.
who would be our starting 11 out of the squad that we have.
You can wrap up on that.
Yeah,
It'll be hard. I think Ahmad will get in at right wing back.
I would love that.
I think
Yeah.
Shaw, if he's fit, obviously he's going to play.
Yeah,
And then the three centre backs. I think Maguire's going to get into the team.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be solid. Lisandro will be the guy that will get the ball all the time to
Yeah.
start play, link up play.
on the left centre back from.
Yeah, and then Euro, I haven't really seen him, so I don't
about
really
De Ligt?
know.
You don't
I
see?
if Euro's not fit, then obviously De Ligt will play
Yeah.
as the right kind of centre back.
Yeah, you know, the centre back in the middle. Is he the one that is meant to bring the ball up? Or is it
So
like-
that centre back normally waits for the left centre back, which is Inacio for us, which will
Okay.
be Martinez for
Or you
United.
reckon he's got to move to Man United next season?
Inacio, nah, he's not good enough.
Not good enough.
No, no.
Okay,
There was
fair
a point
enough.
where he was like,
Diomande is probably the
Yeah,
best.
Diamande's
centre back.
good,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
And
quite.
does he play on the right side?
He plays in the middle because
Oh,
Coates is
middle.
left.
Okay.
So yeah, Martinez will be kind of like the playmaker at the back, and then the midfield. I honestly don't know. I think
Kobe.
You've got your skipper.
Kobe's in
yeah,
because it can't be Bruno from the way you're saying it.
Because you
It can't
play
be
Yeah.
Bruno.
two, so it's got to
Yeah.
be.
yeah.
It's
I've
got-
You know when you said that 3 attacking, and
Yeah.
the top, when you said you probably have Rashford, Hoyland.
Yeah.
Would you not think maybe there's space for Bruno? To
Yeah,
be an
Bruno would
attacker?
probably be the closest thing we have to Pedro Gonçalves, which isn't a winger who helps the midfield, comes to collect the ball, but also can just score out of nowhere. That's the only position I can see him
So
playing.
on the right side,
The left side.
Left
side.
Kind of like a
free.
left forward.
Yeah.
left forward. Okay.
That's the only position I can see him playing.
not even on the right side.
Nah.
Yeah.
The right side has always been someone with a left foot, which is Trincão or
Okay, I
Marcus
see what you
Edwards.
mean. Yeah.
So Anthony.
We reckon
I think Ahmad
Could
might
be-
take that top
yeah.
that
Anthony,
right winger, that right forward
Anthony,
spot.
Anthony's
He said Anthony could
yeah.
be. Ahmad would be that wing back.
Ahmad will definitely be the
But
winner.
then
Or does
doesn't-
Dallo play then?
Yeah.
Dallo will be like a backup,
Interesting.
personally. I think so.
You think Anthony has any chance of rejuvenating? If we're talking about wing back,
I don't think so, no. I think the front three will be
Anthony needs to
Bruno,
retire.
Hoyland, and Rashford.
Rashford.
And then Garnacho coming in, like, constantly rotating with
Yeah.
him.
We'll see. It's gonna be fun to see how
Yeah.
United go in this coming season. You know,
Should we talk about FPL?
it's always interesting to see new managers come in and all of that. See how well they do or not so well. But wrapping it up, we'll do FPL. Merce is first, Abs is second, both under review right now.
When is that getting resolved?
Merce's last season already got resolved.
Yeah. And Merce under
so Merce is top of the league this season, but because he is a former criminal, he's still got the records, so we have to check on this season as well.
He's on tag as well.
To be fair, he hasn't changed the team in like 5-6 weeks.
He's top right now though,
and he's on tag.
So we've just got to check if he's legit, just because he's risky.
Yeah,
he's on bail right now.
Abs,
you know, if he acts up,
Abs is second, but he's currently ongoing case. In the next couple of days, we're going to release a poll on socials that you guys can vote on what you think should be happening to Abs. We'll confirm it in next week's episode. After that, Fawaz is in third, Elias, you're in fourth. I don't play anymore, so it doesn't matter where I am. At your seventh.
Yeah. Where are you if you don't play anymore?
I'm eighth. I'm mid-table.
Oh no, I thought you was fifth.
No, I gave up at third. I stopped playing.
Yes, I remember when Anderson and Saliba got sent off.
Yeah, I just stopped
remember you gave up.
I deleted that, but I'm done with that, man. I don't care. But next, we'll go to the SS Ultras, where you guys are involved. If you guys want to join, it's not too late. Make sure you join. Links in the codes in the description. Whoever wins this, by the way, Rui, whoever wins the fan SDS league, which has over 10,000 people in there, gets the decision at the end of the season to either win a £500 cash prize or to actually sit on the table for an episode.
Nice. Rui was the one that won it last year. That's why he's here today.
He chose to sit on the table. He chose to sit on the table. Dinner with Jay-Z. But quickly, I'll announce top 10 currently right now. The people that are in within a chance of winning the league so far. In first place is Tom Warlow, TAA Annihilation. In second is Mohamed Keze with Moke 11. In third, it's Cole Outside. Fourth, it's Finding Timo. In fifth is Arne Slut. In sixth is Zayn wins this. In seventh is Free Pogba. In eighth is Not Your Average Photo. I thought it was Photo before. In ninth is Ibi Sheikh. In 10th is SCP95. Rafa Silva. Sounds Portuguese.
What happened to Abella? Was it Abella Danger?
No. In 217th place is Ben Smith with Lalana Rhodes.
Lalana Rhodes, that's it.
He was in the top 10 at one point. Now you're 217th.
You found that quick.
Damn. That Steve always finds it. He always seems to be. But that is everything. That was the Premier Roundup. That is the FPL tables. If you guys enjoy it, coming up very soon is the next episode to find out who the smartest SDS member is between Lias, star player, and Renedy for the final semi-final. And the winner of that will be joining Ilias and Liban in the grand final. So catch up if you haven't watched it already. See how these two got their spots to get to the final. And see who makes it in the final with them. And we will then be releasing the final in episode 4. So please enjoy it. Thank you again to Rui for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Our honorary United sporting fan, Portuguese. I hope you guys enjoyed his takes, what he said about United. Any insights giving you about the new manager, Ruben Amorim? Fala Portuguese. Obrigado, Rui.
Nada.
See you soon, hopefully. And let's see how United get on with this new manager. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye.